Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Phil.
Who are the fastest readers in the world?
I don't know who.
The World Trade Center victims. They went through 88 stories in 7 seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Well, that's a good way to start an episode, Phil.
I agree. You know what else is a good thing, Jeff?
What?
Trump is president.
Well, look, listeners, I know that everyone is either happy or sad. You're either going to kill yourself, you're going to, trash your city, you're going to do something stupid or rash. But you know what? There's one thing I know all of you are going to love, and it's these magic words. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, the birthday boy, Dion Green!
Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, dear Dion. I'm owed a blowy.
Well, if you're going to go by that logic, you owe about 1,978 people handies first.
Don't be calling up past due bills. We're talking about me. This is my day. My day.
All right, fine. Tomorrow you owe the handies then.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to give you till Monday morning.
I can agree with that, gentlemen. You're men of your word, and I appreciate you.
Why is it the black guy on the show has the most overdue bill of over 1,000 hand jobs?
Well, I may have the overdue bill, but I don't have diabetes, you schmuck.
Well, that diabetic schmuck is the Dr. Phil Seitz.
Hey, it was my birthday yesterday, too. Where's my song?
Well,
Happy
Dion
birthday,
sang his own
buddy.
song, so you sing yours. We'll wait.
I'm okay.
All right, that's what I thought. Up next is the last standing Samoan, Nick Udom.
Good to finally be back.
We have missed you, sir.
It's been crazy here.
And finally, the man who we should now call the world-class bullshitters Nostradamus, Dustin McNeese.
Thank you. At my kids' elementary school, they had a mock election. My oldest one voted for Trump. The younger one voted for Clinton. Have you guys figured out why my second child is a fucking retard?
I thought you were going to end that with he's no longer my son, but
Oh, he's never been my son, because he's definitely be one of those fucking trannies when he's older.
So you're confirming that you're born weird? Okay, cool.
He's just born stupid. I hate him.
Wow. I think from now on, since Trump's going to be president, Dustin's got to be as extreme as possible. Like before, he was extreme to a limit. Now, the chains are off, Dustin. I expect something more extreme every week.
I'm going to bring out a new racial slur each week.
Deal.
You guys, you're going to be ready.
Because no one can ever say world-class bullshitters is racist if we hate everybody the same.
True. Word of the week, honkies. Whoa!
Oh, we hate them, don't you, right?
I hate them. My least favorite group of majority people.
All right. Well, this week's show is going to be as political as we ever get on World Class Bullshitters. We're not going to go into like policy and all that other bullshit, but we will discuss how this new direction will change pop culture. And we're going to make fun of all the celebrities who said their asses were moving to Canada. So even you, Samuel L. Jackson, for as much of a badass motherfucker as you are, even your candy ass is not safe. But before we get to that, let's give a shout out to the listener of the week. I forgot to get one, so Augs for president, you get one. Because you know what? It was election day. We're going to vote you as president for, listener of the week. If he still listens in 4 years, we'll make him an election video, like a whole campaign thing.
Oh God, let's do that.
Oh, Trump's got to get a whole 8 years in. So, I'm going to need you to make 8 years in 2 months.
Fine, Augs for president. I know you'll listen to our show forever because we're never going to quit. Once Donald Trump has stopped running, you will get a personalized World Class Bullshitters election video. So I hope you're alive in 8 years.
Hogs for President 2024.
There we go. God, I can't wait till we live to be to the year 2040. Because you remember that show, Dion, The Phantom 2040?
Oh yeah! Holy shit! Yeah.
I wanna see if the future predicted in that show is in any way accurate. All right, so it is now time for the news of the week because next week it's irrelevant. First off, there's a new president-elect, Donald Trump. If you voted for him, cool. If you didn't, well, you lost. So, I gotta say,
we'll give you this. Hillary at least got the quote unquote popular.
No. Here's the thing. I was watching all night. Jeff and I were communicating back and forth. After they announced that Trump had won, magically, she gained in the popular vote. She was down by like 1 million. After they declared him the winner, she jumped up like 1.2 million. Coincidence?
Well, I was following. Okay, so election night. At first, I was playing WWE 2K17, and I was like, "Well, I'll just follow it on Google," because Google had like a quote unquote up to date ticker of the electoral votes. And then after a certain point, it stopped. So I was like, "Well, I'm just going to turn on the TV here and there." So after a certain...
because it was just like live feed ended. I was like, "Oh, what happened?"
It was weird, but I followed that shit. I was up till 4 in the morning watching this fucking election, and it was, I'm not going to run for office myself, and I'm not going to all of a sudden change who I am. But Dion, you've known me for 8 years. We've always discussed politics. Dustin, you too. I remember us talking right before Obama got elected. That was a huge fucking deal back at State.
Mm-hmm. That was a mistake.
I would love to be a fly on the wall at State like last Tuesday to see all the fucking mouth breathers go, "No!"
Oh, dude, no! Oh my god! Imagine. Oh, god, I couldn't imagine being in a college when that happened. Just the amount of SJWs and all these little millennial motherfuckers just crying and just like trying to throw up and just like all kinds of dumb bullshit. It would have been fucking hilarious to see. Just to see that would have been worth admission.
I'd be disappointed that they all promise suicide and then we don't end up with a Jonestown. That pisses me off.
Well, they need a Jim Jones-like character, and Hillary Clinton's not. She doesn't have charisma.
Oh, God, she's a malfunctioning robot.
I did find it funny, though. Okay, we've all talked about how the media is full of shit. Be it news, TV, movies, everyone's full of shit that produces it. There's a narrative they're trying to push. This isn't anything new for world-class bullshitters. So in the comments, if you go, all of a sudden you guys turned into InfoWars or something, we actually haven't changed anything. We've actually talked about this shit ever since day one. But when you don't believe the hype from the news that, oh, she's going to win, you kind of weren't as surprised as some people were. And I saw it coming when they were like, well, she's canceling her fireworks celebration and all this other shit. I'm like, well, maybe she knows the fucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I do find it kind of ironic, though, that it's like, I'm going to the Javits Center, a building Donald Trump built, so I can break the glass ceiling on women. It's like, no. Because here's my thing. I don't give a shit if we have a woman president or a man president. What I can't
Anything but a tranny president, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Those.
Oh God, they can never make up their minds.
And look, it's not a sex thing. It's a trustworthy thing. Yeah, Donald Trump said some shit. That wasn't that big of a deal. Hillary Clinton got people killed, did terrible things. Like, I'm glad she's not the president. I don't give a shit what anyone calls me. And now I'm on Facebook, and I know you see this too, Dion. People are all like, "Oh, it's the end of the world," blah blah blah.
Oh my god! Remember my Facebook won't shut up.
You remember Chicago?
Oh, I remember Chewbacca.
No, guys, like Dion, Dustin. Do you remember Garrett from Chicago? That dude that used to live on my floor.
Oh yeah.
He's posting, "Oh, now they're gonna keep counting Muslims. My family used to tell me about how they would do this during the Holocaust. Get ready for Germany, America." I'm like, fuck off, dude. This ain't.
Holocaust must not have been that bad because his family's still around, fucking Jew.
Wow.
Oh God.
No, that's like one of those white people that marches in like black protests and is like, "Oh, I'm one of you guys." No, you're fucking not. Just like the Jews that survived. Don't bitch to me about the Holocaust. You made it through.
Plus, he's like 28 years old.
Plus, you got a cool tattoo out of it. I mean, come on.
Seriously, I love free tattoos.
I know. I've seen you go through some bullshit for cheap ones. Admiral Akbar says it's a mistake. No, but that's the biggest news of the week. I mean, it affects everyone. I don't care if you're 12 years old or 100. Well, if you're 112 years old, you're probably dead. Either way, if you're 12 to whatever age, you have.
Well, no. If you're 112 listening to this podcast, good for you. Good for you.
You look at if there's someone that's 100 years old and can prove it that listens to this show regularly, you are my favorite customer. All right.
So Joel, make sure to send in your birth certificate for proof.
Hey, where the fuck is Joel and Dan and Coach Loudy? They were supposed to be here tonight.
No, where the fuck is Dion? I haven't heard from him since you started talking about the election.
Oh, don't worry, I'm here. I'm still here.
All right, good. Because what were your thoughts that night? Because I know I was texting you, and you were just like, I can't believe it.
Yeah. No, man, I like I said, I sure as shit didn't vote for Clinton, but I definitely didn't vote for Trump. And I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. But to see, this just the blood in everyone's face slowly drain, the realization that Trump was going to be president, I was like, holy shit! I did not think that was going to happen at all.
I secretly was hoping for it, not because I'm a hateful person, because I'm really not. And first off, I'm not even white, so like, oh, you hate black people. Well, I don't hate half my body, so fuck you, first off. Secondly, I think this demasculinization of society, which you can go back to when I was in college. I wrote a fucking term paper on it and got an A about how society is becoming more limp-wristed. And my teacher, who's the biggest fucking SJW, gave me an A on that paper because it was a well-thought-out thesis. So this has been something that I felt strongly about for the last 5 years. And, I feel like it was heading in that direction, but with this, it's going to finally put down the whole, like, everyone's a racist, everyone's a sexist, everyone's a misogynistic asshole. Like, I finally feel like we're going to move past that. And I don't think people are going to all of a sudden become racist. Like, the dumbass that is Mick Foley said, oh, tolerance in this nation is going to drop. No, it really isn't. I feel the same way about every person that I felt before the election and after the election. Dion, you and I will never not be friends, no matter who's the president, okay? So all this tolerance shit is getting out of whack. The only reason we're bringing up on
people want to live on the tip of the sword. Oh, well, we want change. This is what happens when people vote for a corrupt war hawk who had the most disingenuous campaign in history. They went to the other guy. Everyone was so love to talk about breaking the glass ceiling. Well, they weren't paying attention to who was throwing the fucking bricks. And sure enough, Donald Trump got elected, man. You want change. You can't fucking, you can't complain when change happens just because you don't like the outcome.
Yep. It's going to be an interesting 4 years. My guess is that shit's going to get better.
So Dion, I read in, to the subtext of what people are saying. Are you confirming right now that you already agree Donald Trump is the greatest thing to happen to the history of people ever?
No, I think your obsession with the male penis is probably the greatest thing to Hillary to ever, because it was hilarious. But no, so he's not the best thing that happened. But I think the fact that people looked at a super corrupt individual and was like, no, I think that in of itself is what is good that happened on this election. At least people were like, you know what, I'm not going to go for the person who's corrupt as shit. That's what I like to see. Even though I don't like the outcome of who won, I sure as shit didn't want Hillary Clinton to win either. So
I know Hillary wanted Hillary Clinton to win, right?
Huh?
Hillary wanted Hillary Clinton to win, right?
No, Hillary just didn't want Donald Trump.
I didn't want Mike Pence.
Who?
Mike Pence, Donald Trump's.
Oh, right. I thought she said Mike Hunt. I'm like, who the hell?
So did I. And I was like, I'll take it.
What was that, Hillary?
I like Mike Hunt.
Okay, cool. I'm sure Dion does too. So yeah, that's the biggest piece of news. What else we got? Let's keep this fun.
I got something. Lance Henriksen, everyone will know him as Bishop in the one of the greatest action movies of all time, Aliens. He was quoted as saying that the Alien sequel is going to be spectacular, which I'm incredibly happy and excited about, because Neil, what is his last name? Blufkamp, however you pronounce that. He is the guy that's writing the sequel, and Lance says that, yeah, he's quoted, specifically used the word spectacular. So, a lot of the cast from Aliens are back, a few that were actually at the end of the goddamn movie. So that has me fucking hard as a rock.
Well, see, here's what I hate about this shit. People who are in the movie and involved in it, and actors are like, even in interviews, they're like, "Oh man, this is the greatest. This is an amazing project. I'm glad to be part of it." And even though they say that, it still ends up being sometimes a piece of shit. So I'm not gonna take some fucking actor's opinion that's in the movie that it's good. I'm gonna watch it.
No, for sure. And he was in fucking Alien vs Predator too. So I mean, that doesn't his advice isn't that great. The only reason I'm excited is because it's specifically ignoring 3 in Resurrection. So it's going to act as if
Thank
that shit
God.
didn't happen. So
Thank
you
God.
don't have to say much. When you say that's the point of your movie, oh, I'm on board.
So what you're telling me is it's going to be as good as Superman Returns, because Superman Returns ignored Superman's 3 and 4, and we saw what happened.
Well, I mean, I know Neil, what is it, Blomkamp or whatever?
Just call him Neil Blumkin from now on, okay?
Neil Blumkin is writing it. Didn't he do he did District 9 and things like that, correct?
He also did Chappie and Elysium.
and
Those
Elysium.
movies sucked.
Well, I mean, those, okay,
and fucking Elysium.
Yeah, okay. The fucking the non-subtle backstory to those movies was bullshit, but the effects were good, the characters were awesome, and it was just like it was a really good watch. I mean, yeah, the story was like right in your face. It was like healthcare, what was it, apartheid and things like that. We fucking get it. But overall, I mean, I really did like those movies.
I liked District 9. I thought it was excellent, but Elysium and Chappie were just fucking dumb. I hate Matt Damon.
Oh, God, I didn't like Chappie because of fucking Deanne Wood. It's like, why are they in this movie? It's just a movie of It's just like the Deanne Wood movie. That's all it is.
Didn't they break up?
God, I hope so.
I saw some weird guy that I met at the convention talk about them, like, oh, I think they broke up. My life has no meaning. I'm like, well, fuck you.
If that was your life, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Well, I'm gonna send you. You might be friends with him on Facebook.
Oh God.
His name is Matt, and I know you've met him because he was at the Horror Hound that you were at here in Cincinnati last year in March. You know, the ones where we all made a lot of money. He was
Yeah.
weird. He was bringing me change the whole day. I made some comment to him one time how I need $5 bills. He kept going around and bringing me fucking stacks of $5 bills. I'm like, here's a 20, thanks.
Yeah, I just gotta see his face. I'm pretty sure I know him.
He's the Peach Rings guy.
Oh shit!
See? Inside joke. I'll send you guys the image later. Dan met him. Dustin, you said you had news. What do you got, sir?
So I got a couple Spider-Man pieces.
Yeah.
So obviously, Michael Keaton confirmed as the Vulture. Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, says that he is signed on for at least 6 films as the character Spider-Man. 3 of them are Spider-Man solo films, and then he's contractually obligated to appear in 3 Marvel movies. And then we got Zoe Zendana, or whatever the fuck her name is, the girl supposedly playing MJ, saying that her character is very dry, awkward, intellectual, and because she's so smart, she just feels like she doesn't need to talk to people. She's not romantic, she comes out very weird, and she's very cool because she's deep.
Well, that means she's not playing Mary Jane.
Oh my God!
Because Mary Jane's a party girl and fun and not that smart and a model and white.
Yeah, so what you're telling me...
Does it mean that they're completely redoing Mary Jane and turning Spider-Man gay?
I don't think they have the freedom to do that. And I don't
Peter Parker and Miles Morales are gonna 69 on screen. It's gonna fucking happen.
Don't you dare joke about that, goddamn! I would personally drive down to Tennessee, cut your dick off, and shut up your own ass. Don't you dare talk about that.
Well, you can
Don't you get his hopes up like that?
You know what? Joke's on you. I don't live in Tennessee anymore, so ha.
He lives in
Atlanta. I'm coming out of Atlanta. Your ass is grass.
We'll get him on the way to WrestleMania. No, Dustin, I've been following the build up to this movie a bit. I'm not excited because Spider-Man was done perfectly in 2004. Like, Spider-Man 2 is the mountaintop of Spider-Man films. You had a filmmaker who loved Spider-Man. You had an actor that had the right qualities. You had a great cast. I mean, James Franco was great. Rosemary Harris that played Aunt May was great. You had the best thing ever in J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can never top him. He's so great, you need him to come back because J. Jonah Jameson's an old character. The older he gets, the older you make J. Jonah Jameson. It fucking works. With this movie, like, Tom Holland was cool in Civil War, and I haven't watched Civil War since it came out in theaters. So I was riding the high, but the more I think about him, the more I'm just okay with him. And I think the reason people are so excited is because he portrays himself as this big Spider-Man fan. That doesn't mean you're going to be a good Spider-Man. I'm a big James Bond fan. I couldn't play James Bond. I'd fuck it up. I don't look like James Bond should. I'm not really an actor in any sense of the word. Like, oh, I know everything about him, but I'm just not cut out for that. And that's how I feel about Tom Holland. Like, oh, you're a Spider-Man fan. Whoop-de-doo. Andrew Garfield was. He fucking sucked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good for you being a fan. That doesn't mean that you're gonna flesh out the character and make it good.
Because
That doesn't mean bullshit.
well, the thing is, Spider-Man has been multiple different characters over the years. He's either the true Spider-Man from the original comic books that came from '62 to, I guess I'm gonna say the real Spider-Man character died around 2010ish or so. But now you got like Spider-Man is almost like an avatar for whatever you need him to be. He can be in these stupid social justice storylines. He can be in these, deep story. I mean, Spider-Man isn't like Spider-Man anymore. He's almost like they've hoarded him out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I mean, to me, somebody who's not really doesn't know very much. I know the basic story of Spider-Man. I don't know anything else besides that. It seems like that they're just like fucking a dead horse. Like,
Yep.
they need to quit for like 5 years and then come back with something. Don't retell this fucking story, because my grandmother knows that story and she doesn't even speak English. So you need to come with Spider-Man like 5 or like 6 years later maybe, and just make it like he's in the middle of his like career. He's beat a couple of guys. He's a little worn out. He's like maybe he's in college or something, or later in life. And he's still doing his thing.
I always thought the ultimate opportunity that they missed was to have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man show up, because you could put into the storyline, because Spider-Man's not like, they know him in New York a bit, but then they could say he disappeared after he fought Venom, and then after the other Avengers come out, he could be like, oh, I'm back. That would have been a cool storyline. You could have swayed all the people that were already into the story from 2002, so you could have had a decade of like that Spider-Man. Then he could have come.
Oh yeah, that would have totally worked, man. That would totally worked.
Tobey Maguire, not to sound weird, but he looks like he's still a little kid. Like he's like 45. He looks like he's a child. I mean, you could have had him forever because he was like the perfect person.
I think he has progeria. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I would have liked that. I always want you to keep bringing up the Spider-Man news, Dustin, because I feel like I have a ton to say about that movie. I'll tell you this: I'll go see it, but I will be the harshest fucking critic. But I'll be fair.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about him 6 films?
Well, like I said earlier, I think a lot of people were riding the high of him in Civil War because he was only there for a minute. I could not I don't think I can tolerate a 2-hour film starring Tom Holland. Here's the thing. I'm 28 years old. I'm not a little kid. I don't want to I don't want to watch movies about children. I don't give a fuck about high school. Everyone goes to high school. We all lived through it. It's fucking over. I don't romanticize high school. I went to an all-boys private school. I had a good time. I moved to college. I had a much better time. Like, put Spider-Man in college, maybe I can relate a little more. This whole angsty teenage drama bullshit, like, what are they going to do that's entertaining, dangerous, funny? Like, they're fucking children. I don't
Spider-Man gets an STD.
I would watch that movie. Hey, my webs are green.
he starts webbing out of his dick. I can't stop it. Oh my god.
I love this problem. No, Dustin, 6 films.
Spider-Man does heroin.
I would watch stupid movies like that. Like Spider-Man has a cocaine addiction and he's broke, so he borrows money from Tony Stark to freebase. Like, I would watch those movies. But 6, you know what? I got to see one full movie before I can say anything. I think they're really jumping the gun with this Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, with 6 movies, honestly, I think what's going to happen is they may get 2 or 3 in, and the whole superhero thing may just start going downhill. Like, it may start, getting to the point where people are just tired of it and don't want any more of that stuff.
For the first time ever, I've started to feel that way. Not that I'm tired with Marvel, but I feel like after Infinity War 1 and 2, I don't care. Like, I could honestly stop. It would have been a great decade run of these fantastic Marvel movies, but like you said about beating a dead horse, like the story's over.
No, it was fucking a dead horse. There's a
okay.
difference.
Well,
yeah.
Fucking, beating, flogging, whatever you're doing to that dead horse. All I'm saying is I feel like the story had all these great introductions. I think it's time to let him ride off into the sunset for a little bit. Always leave him wanting more.
And it'd be nice to have a complete story, a beginning and an end, not just like and it keeps going, and then like that just gets old. Yeah. They said from the beginning, okay, we're gonna do 3 phases, and it's gonna culminate with Thanos and his big war or whatever. But now they're already talking about phase 4 and beyond, and it's just like, well, now we know there are no stakes because it's just gonna keep going and going.
Yeah, and the thing is, I would be cool if they ended the story with like major characters dying. But I'm invested in these characters. If I gotta sit through fucking Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel and all these other dumb movies with characters I don't give a fuck about, like if I don't ever have a chance of Iron Man or Captain America showing up, I don't give a fuck. Like
Hey, Kevin Feige or whatever how you pronounce his name.
Feige.
He's been asked a lot lately and given some kind of shitty answers about Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, talking about how like nobody's irreplaceable and how at some point mantles are going to have to be passed and all that. It's scary because I don't want to watch somebody else play those characters. Once those actors are gone, just like I feel with Wolverine, that character should be gone.
I'm in agreement with you. Once somebody quits playing those guys, it's going to be very difficult to adjust to somebody else playing them. It's going to be extremely difficult. So
I don't feel the same way. Like James Bond, I think another actor can come in and play. Like I'm ready for Daniel Craig to retire. Just let him get one more movie to complete his movie like story arc, and then bring in somebody that looks like James Bond. I'm ready to go back to something more classic. I could buy another Captain America. Chris Evans is great, but he's not the greatest thing ever. Like I buy into him because of what Captain America does and stands for. The right style guy could come in, and I don't want fucking the Falcon to be Captain America. I don't want Bucky Captain. I want like Steve Rogers as another actor. Now with Wolverine, I agree 100%. No one else should play him because he's played him for 16 years at this point. Like it's like a Harrison Ford. I don't think anyone else should play Han Solo. That's his character. Let it go. Don't make a young Han Solo movie. Don't make a fucking, don't CGI his face on another actor or something weird like that. Just let it go, man.
Well, they can't because it's franchising into money, and they fucking love money, so they're never gonna let it go.
I think people are gonna slowly get tired of it. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing is like the same thing happened with the Saw and Paranormal Activity movies. Like there was 1 year where Saw and Paranormal Activity, like the last Saw movie came out and the first Paranormal Activity movie came out, and Paranormal Activity earned a little bit more money than Saw, and that was the last year you saw the Saw movies. And then it was Paranormal Activity for 5 or 6 years.
I saw all of those in theaters.
Yeah, and then those lost money, and then there's no more of those. So I mean, it's like it's a thing. Once people lose interest and they're not making money on it anymore, they quit.
What do you think, real quick, before we go into the next piece of Spider-Man news, Dustin? What on Star Wars and Marvel movies? What do you think the bottom is going to be to where like what has to happen for those to be like done for a while? Like, give me a fake number. Like, a movie has to gross, like, $50 million to be a flop or something.
I'd say $200 million or less.
Ooh, shit.
I think if they make a Marvel film that does not break $200 million, they're going to go into panic mode. The next couple of movies are going to be all fan service. Give them everything that worked before in one big fucking orgy.
Oh no, and then once they do that, they'll be on that DC path, and then they'll really be up Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, because that's going to be their natural reaction. Then people are going to see it. They're going to go, "Oh, I've seen this before," and it's going to make more money than the $200 million one. But then it's going to just keep going right back down.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those things where it's like the first weekend's going to be awesome, and then it'll be like an 80% drop the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What about Star Wars?
I'm thinking, depending on how the Han Solo film will make or break their anthology films. I think that the episodes are going to keep happening from now until forever with, 5 or 10 year breaks in between trilogies. But I think depending on how Han Solo performs, it's going to determine the Star Wars story spin-offs.
I think Rogue One could underperform big time.
I don't think so. I think it has a lot of positivity behind it. I think they set it in the right era, and they're showing enough different things to where people aren't going to attach it to like The Force Awakens, where they're like, oh, it's a rehash of 4. They're going to go, oh, I'm familiar with the time period, but it looks and feels completely different, and I think it's going to do really well. I think the problem is Han Solo. The actors they have playing Han and Lando just don't seem right.
Well, I mean, and just doing the backstory of this extremely iconic character just seems like why it's like doing the backstory. Why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense. You don't need to flesh him out. We know who he is from the movies we've watched. That's Han Solo.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, then you already know, like Dion, you know the story of how Han Solo got the Millennium Falcon, correct?
Yep.
So we don't need to see a fucking movie. He won it in a game of Sabak from Lando Calrissian. That's the story. They literally
Right.
played cards. He fucking won. I don't need some fucking crazy ass movie. Oh god,
But Jeff, don't you want to know about how he met his first wife, who was never mentioned in any of the subsequent films?
I have a little small toy car in my hand, the Homer from The Simpsons. I almost threw this fucking thing at the window because I hate Marvel fucking Star Wars comics. I tried to sit down and read them the other day. They're fucking trash. Like, fuck you, Marvel. Fuck, what's his face that write 'em? Jason Aaron. Kiss my ass. You're not that good of a writer.
Are you saying you don't want one of your favorite franchises and your favorite characters raped by money-hungry mouths?
No, you know what I want? I want him to fucking disappear. You talked about the story being over. Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi. It's a 40-fucking-year-old franchise. It's done. You can't fucking milk it. Like I said, James Bond movies, you can make them for forever because it's one dude on a mission. He just keeps getting missions. There's no real underlying narrative.
No, and yeah, and with that, the bad guys are always changing throughout the decades. So you can always make them go against the bad guys, and they can be whoever they are at the time, and that works.
They do need to make a really politically charged 007 flick where he fights like modern terrorism or something. That would be awesome. Instead of this whole, I'm going to fight Spectre and my brother's now Blofeld, which was fucking retarded.
The terrorists should be like an organization of lesbians hell-bent on demasculating the world, and it should be James Bond's mission to, one, not only stop them, but to, two, fuck them all straight.
I would donate money.
Hold on. So you want to pretty much make Honor Majesty's Secret Service Part 2?
Well, those chicks weren't lesbians, dude.
Well, I mean, it's along that vein almost.
Because James Bond fucked 3 of them. He was going in for number 4, and then Irma Bunt caught him. He's like, "Oh, Fraulein!" Boom, right over the fucking head, and he woke up, and they blew his whole spot. Like they knew who the hell he was. And by the way, Nick, I think the next this past movie was supposed to be a lot like Honor Majesty's Secret Service.
Really?
Yeah, because it ended the exact same way.
Oh, you're right.
It's more along the lines of the book, and there's less skiing, but whatever. This isn't a James Bond podcast. I might put together a couple 007 videos for Christmas because that's how I spend my Christmas holiday, watching James.
Well, actually, I wanted to make a comment about that. I have Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Netflix. Now, on Hulu and Amazon Prime, they have all the James Bond movies. Every single one of them. Now, on Netflix, they don't have one fucking one. Netflix, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, usually this time of year, we watch fucking James Bond. What are you doing?
You know what they're doing is they're making me lose interest in them because I don't care about your original series. Like, Black Mirror is great, but I don't give a fuck about your Chelsea Handler show. I'm really over Stranger Things. Like, all the shit you produce, and whatever.
Yeah, I've been on Hulu lately just because the selection is way more interesting and up to date than Netflix. We skip over there to watch like 1980s kids movies for our fucking little retards that we spawned, but that's about it. That's all we have Netflix for is the little kids.
Yeah, and I mean since 2012 they've cut their inventory down to about half, and it's just like and they're about to be $3 billion in debt because they're spending $800 million more dollars on original content, which is not yielding them the money that they wanted, and it's like their business plan is so fucked. Like, just take the money you have. Make a crazy movie library instead of deleting movies every month and adding movies every month. Just put them all in one fucking place and everybody will come and watch. I guarantee it.
Yeah, like for example, when they had the Beverly Hills Cop movies, Dion, you remember this? I think it was 2013. I watched Beverly Hills Cop every other day. Like, I want Netflix to be a haven for me to like get old obscure movies that are either not on Blu-ray or don't exist in high def that they somehow have the HD masters for. That's what I like Netflix for. I don't give a fuck about 90% of the original content. I buy it constantly because I want to watch movies that I like in high def anywhere I go. So if I want to take my phone out and watch fucking Heavyweights on it, I can do that. I don't.
Okay, we watched Heavyweights this week. What a great fucking movie!
I was gonna do it now on Netflix for it this week. I haven't seen it in 20 years. I fucking love that movie.
I think you'll appreciate it now that you're an adult even more because there's a lot of stuff I didn't pick up from Ben Stiller's character.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, I just remember what the fuck that movie was.
There's only Justin. There's only one bad thing in it.
What's that?
Paul Feig.
Oh yeah, he's in it. Holy shit!
Oh, he's the camp counselor?
Yeah,
No,
the
no, no,
fucking mushy.
I thought he looked familiar and homosexual.
He's a skinny fuck in the beginning.
He is the worst thing about that movie, but I watched it the other day Don't ask me why, but I watched like 5 movies on Sunday. I watched What About Bob, Heavyweights, and 3 other movies.
What
just
About
back-
Bob is on there? I love What About Bob.
Yeah,
Oh my
they added a bunch of good comedies from the 90s all of a
Dude.
sudden. But
What About
Dustin,
Bob?
Heavyweights, I rented that as a kid. I loved it. I hadn't seen it in all these years. My God, I wish they would make more kids movies that aren't like retarded. Because everything we talked about this earlier about pop culture based on politics. Everything for kids now is brightly colored. It's basically saccharine, just entertainment. There's no value for their brain. You don't learn anything. There's nothing funny. There's nothing edgy. Like Heavyweights had a bunch of edgy shit they wouldn't put in a kids movie nowadays. Everything.
Absolutely. I was shocked by all the stuff that you don't see anymore. That I'm just like, wow, I appreciate that was a kids movie thing.
Did another one come around that time called Camp Nowhere? Or was that earlier or later?
I've never heard of Camp Nowhere.
Okay. It's basically these kids who make their own camp, and they have Christopher Lloyd go to their parents' houses and be the fake camp counselor for each camp, like a drama camp or a computer camp or a military camp, and he's always in like different outfits, going to his parents' houses and getting them to give him money for the kids to go to camp. And it's basically them just with all the money that they get, they're just buying shit and partying and having a good time. And then Parents' Day comes and they have to scramble and make everything look like it's supposed to.
I want to watch that now.
Yeah, I know Christopher Lloyd's in it, and so is the guy who plays Biff.
Oh, Thomas F. Wilson?
Yes. Thomas F. Wilson plays a cop who's trying to catch Christopher Lloyd's character. Christopher Lloyd's character is kind of a con artist, so.
Biff, you will never beat the Doc. Hey, Dustin, have you ever seen a kids movie called Bushwhacked?
Yep.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
If it ever pops up on Netflix, 1, I can't wait to watch it. And 2, I think your kids will like it because it's so retarded, but I love it. It's Daniel Stern, the one guy from Home Alone, and he is on the run from the cops. They frame him for a murder that he didn't commit, and he runs away and he steals a camp counselor's car, and then these parents think that he's a Boy Scout leader, and he takes this scout troop out in the woods, and he is just unequipped for this. It's fucking funny.
Oh man, I remember watching the movie in theaters. It was so. I remember seeing the commercial on TV forever when it was
Bushwhacked.
Yeah.
No, we watched Heavyweights. And going into these films, because they looked old, my kids were like, Dad, I don't want to watch this, you fat cocksucker, stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, give it a chance. Give it a chance. And after each of these movies, they've walked out going, that's my new favorite movie. So we started with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh,
No, not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
I like that one.
I love it.
Isn't that the third one?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it debuted on TV.
Yeah, I remember it coming up on like ABC Family or some shit like that.
Dude, it was on ABC. Remember when in the 90s when they had all those Disney movies on every Sunday night? The Magical
Yes.
World of Disney.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
God,
Yeah,
Love
remember
that
that.
movie. Then we went to Heavyweights. They loved that, and my kids told me I should go to that camp. And then we watched.
Oh Jesus.
Well, I shouldn't say kids. My 5-year-old, the younger one, said that. And again, we know his story. And then we watched Big Daddy, and they laugh their ass off at that, and they make me quote it. They're like, Dad, say that thing that he says at McDonald's. Oh, horse shit! And they laugh their asses off. And then
did you get him
my
chicken wings and
6-year-old
movie tassels?
he keeps rewinding to the part where Julian throws up after watching Captain Kangaroo, and I've never heard that little bastard laugh so loud. And he keeps rewinding it to the exact frame right before he vomits.
It's funny how little kids even pick up on like how bodily humor is funny.
Oh, they love farts. If they could just hear one big long fart the rest of their life, they'd be happier than any other retard on the planet.
Why don't you get them a copy of The Clumps? Because it's literally like a scene where all they do is fart back and forth.
That's
my
true.
God.
That's
Nutty
true.
The Nutty Professor is, if that pops up on Netflix, that is going to be a film that we watch as a family.
It was on there up until like a year ago. Maybe still is. I haven't looked for it, but I hadn't seen it since I saw it in theaters in '96.
Well-
So I watched it last year, and it was awesome.
Good Burger's still on there. Good Burger's been on there since the beginning of fucking time.
Well, it should. You know what? Show your kids Good Burger. That movie was fucking crazy.
I thought
Yeah.
about it. Charity's like, I don't think Charity likes it, so she was just like, can we watch something else? So then we went to Big Daddy.
Well, Big Daddy's a better film, but I remember Good Burger was the first movie I ever saw on a bootleg tape.
I hope it had like Taiwanese subtitles across the bottom.
Dude, it had random people
God.
walk in front of the screen.
That's always fun.
This
That's
was
always
Dustin.
fun.
This was 1997, dude. Like you had to take a
God.
fucking camera in there and record it.
And like a big one you could not put in your pocket.
Yeah. God damn. Ah, man, that was such a good experience watching Heavyweights. You know what I found funny, though, is how similar Ben Stiller's character in Heavyweights is as the one in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
It's the same character.
Yeah, basically, that's him in his younger years almost, if you want to kind of go with that timeline.
Oh, and Dustin, do you remember the old people that owned the camp originally?
Yeah, that's his dad and mom, right?
Yeah, it's both of his parents, because his mom was famous too. I always thought that was stupid in that movie Meet the Fockers, how they had Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand play his parents instead of like his real parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it would have been much more entertaining, but that's just me. What else? What other Spider-Man news did you have, dude?
Well, that was all 3 in 1. I took 3 articles and I condensed them into one long-winded paragraph.
Oh, okay.
But I do have some X-Men movie news, and that is supposedly the big rumor right now is after Logan, they are going to reconfigure, which is just another word for reboot, the X-Men series.
God damn it, just fucking kill yourselves.
Because Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy, their contracts are all up. Hugh Jackman said he's done with Wolverine. Bryan Singer is no longer working on any projects with them.
That's because he likes to fuck kids.
So he has one good thing going for him. But it really sounds like all these things are going into motion and it's lining up where Gambit might be the first film in a new X-Men universe.
If they ever fucking start filming it.
Oh god.
So Dustin, what I picked
It was
up
supposed to come out last year, wasn't it?
It'll come out like 10 years ago. Jesus.
All I picked up is that, for me, what you just said is that this is going to be good news because the actors Fassbender, McAvoy, and Jennifer Lawrence all need to get the fuck away from X-Men. They've made it about those three as opposed to the X-Men, and I don't think she's that interested. Actually, she sucks. She should never have been cast in the movies. It would have worked out better with anybody but her because her fucking power trip and ego train from the fucking Hunger Games movies has ruined the X-Men. And I like the X-Men. I think X-Men 2 is one of the best superhero movies. And when I do my whole let's rank every Marvel movie ever video coming up, X2 is going to be pretty high up on that list. But anything with her sucks. And McAvoy and Fassbender are good actors, but I don't find Magneto that interesting anymore.
No.
I liked him in Age of Apocalypse. I think his backstory of, like, humans, they've always kind of fucked with him. Not only do they take his mom away from him and kill her, but for him to have to watch his daughter die right in front of him, I thought that was a compelling moment. But Jennifer Lawrence is trash. My wife was watching Days of Future Past yesterday, which I don't understand why everyone praises that film. Like, it wasn't any good, and it has a midget in it, so it's already at the highest a 5 out of 10. But,
just like his height?
There you go. But Jennifer Lawrence, she can act. The stories are just, like, weak. And there's no real tension. Like, I never felt scared for anything. It was just like, oh, this is a thing that's happening. Oh, and here's the thing that happens after that thing that happened. Like, I don't know. Weak movies.
Yeah, I'm holding, actually, I got my Blu-ray of Days of Future Past in my hand for some reason. I liked it in theaters, but I'm, like I said to you, man, I'm just so over it. And by the way, if anyone wants to get X-Men Apocalypse, if you don't have it on Blu-ray, it's going to be $8 on Black Friday at Best Buy, so...
Oh, they have the Best Buy ads out already?
Yeah, I'm thinking about
They're all out.
I'm thinking about
Walmart's
buying
out.
a 4K TV, dude.
They're so cheap. You can get like a 55-inch 4K.
Yeah, it's gonna be $200.
Wow, we're all gonna have 4K TVs before Christmas.
Hey, world class bullshitters fans,
technology.
if you can get us a ton of subscribers, maybe we can get a bunch of ad revenue by Christmas, and I'll buy everybody a 4K TV.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Phil.
I'm ignoring you.
Phil.
Ignoring
They're
you.
already coming out with a new kind of TV that's going to be past 4K.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's called it's like
It's called Suck My Dick. That's what it is.
no,
Go back
it's
to
called
India. Go
it's
back
called
to India, you Samoan.
That's really intelligent.
Samoa's not in Indiana, dude. Come on.
I said India.
It's not even.
We know that diabetes didn't make you any smarter, bro.
Apparently, it's affecting
Yeah,
his
and
brain
being
now.
a Hillary supporter didn't either.
Most of his IQ was located in his foot, so when he lost that...
It's just all downhill from here.
No. It's literally called 4K HDR. That's what it's called.
Oh,
okay.
high dynamic range.
HDR already exists, so
Well, not for TVs. It's going to be another thing that comes out in another couple of years.
Okay.
we're gonna reach a point where you can't see anything clear on the screen because the eye can only pick up so much. Unless we're gonna get like ocular implants, like nothing's gonna change to the point where it's like, oh, this is clear. Yay! Like I can see Jennifer Lawrence has a fucking whisker on her lip. Oh my god. Oh, let's watch 4K porn. That chick's asshole is really dirty. Like, who gives a shit? After a certain point, it's just too much. Like, I'm
Too much
happy.
information. Too much pixel information.
Here's what makes me resistant to like 4K and shit. My friend Dustin Merritt has a really good HD TV and a 4K, and they're both newer models, and their frame rate is like higher than 30 frames per second, and so watching it, it feels like everything's like a soap opera. You know how they have like a faster frame rate?
Mhm.
I like
Yeah,
the 24 frames per second cinema feel, and it seems like all TVs are like moving beyond that, and I don't like how it looks. It just doesn't look how it did when they grew up.
It's 60 hertz is what it is. What you're looking at is something that's 120 or higher, because we're used to seeing 60 hertz. That's what it is.
Okay.
And anything that's above that, it starts to become like you're looking at an action movie, and it's really awkward. I used to have a TV like that as well, and it's just really weird to look at that. And it's one of those things that's from 3D technology. That's why we had that. That's why they started making things like higher hertz ratings to be prepared for 3D. Now, some of those TVs are still out there, so they still have them, and they're supposed to be like, oh, you can see everything, and it's it's clear, blah 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 blah. It's like it's it's up in the air about that.
It
But
just
that's what that
looks
is.
Weird. I'm so used to that slower kind of, almost like a grander feeling. Like things
Yeah, of course.
move with more like meaning and gravitas, as Jeff would say. But now it's just like everything's really fast and weird looking. And my TV, I got this back in 2010, and it only had one option to go to 24 frames per second or 60 hertz or whatever, and I had to put it in fucking game mode. But the other 5 modes were that really fast, unnatural movement.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to buy a new TV because what if they don't even have the option that this one only had one of? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
get
well, I mean,
used
all
to
that
it
is,
very
shut the
fast.
fuck up, Phil. All that is just researching.
No, you shut the fuck up, you bitch.
And looking up numbers and things like that, and because Phil doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, just
Well, I
running,
don't.
just putting, the numbers through Google and making sure that you look up all the information and buy the right thing, unlike what the fuck Phil did, so.
You have no idea what the fuck I did. Shut up.
Oh, by the way, Civil War is
Phil,
also going to be $8 on Black Friday. So
God.
Best Buy?
yeah, Best Buy.
Okay.
I can't wait to get. I wanted to. Okay, we have a Christmas grab bag every year, and I was going to have that be my Christmas gift. Fuck, I'll just pay $8 and get another gift.
There you go.
Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop, and Target all have their ads out already.
Yeah, I saw Target and Kmart, but I mean Kmart, I didn't know that was a thing anymore.
We don't have any more, except there's one in Kentucky, but it's
We
Kentucky.
got one in,
It's
one in
Kentucky.
Harrison.
Oh yeah, that's a gross one, dude.
Yeah,
they
they're all-
sell like Titantron live action figures.
You'll,
I mean,
you'll
that's
see
pretty.
you'll see Kmart and Sears probably fizzle out by the end of next year at least.
And I'm crying. No.
Is there? I mean, have you ever been into the Sears in Western Hills in the last couple months?
Yeah, it's
They have like 2 employees on staff. That's it. For that huge fucking store.
yeah, that oh my god, that Sears hasn't been there. That's been there for 20 years. There used to be something else there I remember as a kid.
I don't.
Oh, fuck Sears.
I picked up Skyrim today.
Skyrim job?
Yes.
Did you get? Was it the deluxe edition?
Yeah, that new collector's edition one. And now I'm pissed that I'm looking at this Walmart ad, and it's going to be $25 had I waited 3 weeks.
Hey, I could have got WWE 2K17 for $30, and I could have avoided all the hassle of a
Oh my
broken
God.
game for the last
Dude,
month.
you've had so many problems with that game.
Here's
Oh.
a new problem. I was playing this awesome match, The Rock versus Vince McMahon, and then all of a sudden, I hit him with 3 rock bottoms, and the ref won't count. And so I get him up again, and I beat him up to get 3 more rock bottoms. I hit him with all 3 again. The ref won't count. I get 1 more rock bottom. I hit him again. The ref won't fucking count. So then I hit him with a chair, and the ref counts instantly.
It was like that match at our house. Every time you tried to count him inside Hell in the Cell, the ref would get out of the ring and stare at people outside the ring.
No, I was getting pinned. I was.
Oh yeah, you're getting pinned.
Because that was when we had all those people at your house, and it was the rule: if you get pinned, you're out.
Fucking retarded ass referees.
So Dustin, I stood on the side and let somebody else win the match so I wouldn't get pinned. So I could...
Oh, you know what it was? You know what it was, Jeff?
What?
We kept choosing the Japanese ref. He couldn't see. That was the problem.
Why did somebody wrap his face in dental floss or what?
Well, black ref is only used for the Divas matches, so
Just like in real life.
I love that guy.
And I have a friend in real life who looks like him but white. So whenever this guy comes on, we call him Black Kenny Reisner because he looks just like Kenny Reisner, but not white.
I honestly had no clue that was his real name.
Oh no! That guy's not named Kenny Reisner. My friend is Kenny Reisner.
Oh, sorry. I've always known him as Black.
It's Black Ref. He's
If
just
his name
Black
was
Ref.
Kenny Reisner, I wouldn't call him Black Kenny Reisner. He'd be Kenny Reisner, and my friend would be White Kenny Reisner.
I'm sorry, I missed that whole thing.
My point of bringing up Skyrim, one, to bitch about the price, but two, I got it at GameStop. Now, have you guys gone to GameStop lately?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so at checkout, they run you through, hey, are you a rewards member or whatever? And then you go through that whole ordeal, and then they're like, oh, do you want to donate to the Fallen Soldiers thing? And
Hey, do you want to pre-order?
Yeah, do you want to
Only
pre-order?
$5 down.
By the third question, I was pretty annoyed because I was just like, I would just like to purchase this game and get out of here. And they're like, no. You should really pre-order, and here's why. And he went through this 18-point checklist.
What the fuck, man?
That's
No,
what
he would not accept. I felt like I was getting raped. Now I know how rape victims feel. He was not taking no for an answer.
Have you
Hey.
ever been to GameStop?
Dustin,
And yeah,
I gotta tell you,
this is my video game store preference. So we get through this whole thing, and I'm thinking, and this is after yesterday. I went to Barnes and Noble yesterday, and I went through that same fucking ordeal. Are you Barnes and Noble rewards member? No. Well, do you know the benefits? I don't care. Oh, we're buying books for dying kids in Africa. Do you want to donate, or do you want to be a piece of shit? I'll be a piece of shit. My point is, I am going to start protesting stores that ask me for extra shit, and I'm just going to shift all my shopping online because I don't have to deal with that shit of a human being trying to guilt me out of more money.
I liked it. I was going to tell you should have looked at the guy in the face and said, this is my last GameStop purchase. But fuck it, I'm going to buy this on Amazon right now. One click, no asshole. Goodbye.
So I might take the game back because one, he really would not listen when I kept being like, can I please just buy it? Well, man, you're not thinking straight. If you pre-order now, if you change your mind, you get your money back. And I'm like, well, it's not free because I'd have to give up my time to come back and get my money back. Well, you're probably coming back in anyway, and I'm just like,
What kind of asshole did you have? I would have been like, all right, I would have just dropped everything then and been like, all right, dude, fuck it. I'm just gonna get this from Amazon. Fuck you and fuck this whole store. I'm out.
Oh, you mean
Really wanted to
GameStop,
play
the
that
place
day.
where you'd spend $50 on Skyrim and come back and they give you 7, maybe 9 in store credit.
Yeah.
Dustin,
That's
I worked
dumb.
for GameStop for 4 years. You really want to know how to screw with him? Take that receipt. There's a survey on there. Give him all zeros. That'll fuck him up.
yeah, he seems like the type that just would have a very bad week if someone didn't give him 5s across the board.
No, they get fired for that shit. They get
Seriously?
They get 3 bad surveys. They could lose their job over it.
Phil, I wish I
Well,
would have known that when you worked at GameStop. I'm
No, seriously, it's bad news bears. Man,
Why do you think he's not working there after 4 years? 3
Seriously.
zeros, man.
They don't have diabetes coverage.
They don't give any shits about their employees, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, no, because
he
it's
is-
because I mean, you're just selling shit. I mean, you're not even selling shit. You're just taking shit out of the case and putting it in front of the customer, being like, all right, it's gonna be like 56.45, whatever the fuck, and that's it, man. That's it. It's not rocket surgery. You're not doing a lot.
That's why fucking holiday shopping sucks there, because they don't have regular employees during the holidays. They hire them in September. They fire them in January.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, Dustin, would you like some free porn?
Is there any better kind?
Big pussy pork.
No, I came into a bunch of I found. I didn't find. I got a bunch of free Penthouse magazines with DVDs. Do you want them?
I'll take them. My problem with Penthouse is it's mostly girls peeing.
I'm watching an Asian chick suck a dick right now. So
Well, right when you said dick, I changed my mind. Please send them.
God, this chick is super wet too.
Just say, Jeff, your uncle's still in the hospital, man.
Give them to
You
him.
can't beat off with a sick relative.
Just say you took his magazines already? Jesus.
My uncle might have porn, but not this type of porn.
No.
There's a hillbilly photo shoot.
Oh my god.
This guy looks like Kid Rock, and this chick is a fucking like 8 out of 10. She's fine. All right. Anyway, we have a
He
show.
was drinking funny things and he was smoking funny things.
I
'Cause
hate
it was Kid Rock.
and he sucks.
Oh, he does.
Dude, when I went to WrestleMania 25, he performed that song live.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
Did he
just
censor himself?
I don't remember because all I did is sit down and stare at my phone. That was an era where you could have a cell phone with you for 2 days and it wouldn't die.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah, 2009. I miss it.
But batteries actually lasted for more than 3 hours.
I had to go buy
Well,
a
it's like
special
things are
battery.
built to intentionally break down, so you have to keep buying the newest. It's a smart business model, but
It
it's
has a
shitty.
fucking name.
Yeah, no, I mean for my I had to buy one of those battery pack phone covers for my phone, man. I fucking hate it.
Dan carries a fucking battery charger in his pocket at all times.
Jeez.
Like, Dan always wears a flannel, and you think, is it a fashion statement? No, it actually has purpose. Like, he uses, like, he'll pull out, like, one's for the inhaler, the other one's for the battery charger, a third one's for his gun. Like, I don't know what else.
Why
he
doesn't
carries
why doesn't he just wear a fishing vest?
a fishing vest.
Because he has standards, Phil. That's why.
No, he doesn't.
They're low, but he has them.
No, he doesn't.
Well, we don't know.
Did you guys see the new international Rogue One spot?
I was actually just watching that before we started.
How was it?
It's decent.
Yeah, there's like 10 or 12 really quick new shots that we haven't seen in any of the other trailers.
Well, tell us about them.
Just, new shots of like the Death Star, things exploding, different angles of the X-Wings flying. You see Jin's mom, and you got some new bits of dialogue kind of fleshing the story out a little bit more.
I hope she does.
There's a real quick clip of her holding what looks to be a lightsaber crystal.
No. That's
It's a Kyber crystal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kyber crystal.
And the Kyber crystal was originally written in Star Wars as to be like the holy grail of the Force. Like you went to collect the Kyber crystal. It was like a MacGuffin. Now they're just reusing shit George Lucas came up with and repackaging it because Disney's lazy.
Well, my understanding of what a Kyber crystal is that Jedi, when they complete their training and they build their own lightsaber, they get a very specific stone, and I forget what it's called, that gives their lightsaber its power. But whereas the Sith, they only use synthetic crystals, which are what Kyber crystals are. And that's what gives it its red tint, and I guess that's also what powers the Death Star itself.
That's retarded.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, synthetic lightsaber stone. And that's my understanding of the lore at this point.
Well, there's also a quick shot of you see a Death Star firing onto the planet that they're on.
That would make no sense because in the first Star Wars movie, unless they're on Alderaan at the very end of the movie, first time they fire the Death Star laser.
I don't think that's what it is. I think
it's a test shot.
That was the test shot though.
But it's not even a laser. It's not a laser. It almost looks like a flame. I think it's something different. I think they're just trying to make it look like that. But Jeff, like you're pointing out, Grand Moff Tarkin is like, oh, we're gonna test it out, and coincidentally, it's on your planet, bitch. And then like we see these green lasers come together and then blow up a planet like instantaneously. This looks nothing like that, and it would completely warp that whole scene.
And that's what they're gonna do to make more money. Fuck you, Disney. They're gonna. Here's what they're gonna. I hate Episode 7. They fucking ruined it for me. But if they ruin the first movie, I'm done. Like, I won't even think about Star Wars anymore. That's the one. It's like leave the original 3 alone. Don't try to alter shit. Like those are set in stone. You should work around those movies. Those are the ones everyone loves.
And we also get a new shot of Vader looking like a badass. So
remember the rumor that Sheamus was playing him?
Sheamus?
The wrestler. That was a rumor for a while that he was under the Darth Vader suit.
That is retarded.
Well, I mean, David Prowse was a bodybuilder, so it wouldn't really matter.
I just don't like Sheamus.
I like your honesty.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why him out of everybody? Like, why?
Shame.
Probably because he's breaking into acting, and he's not famous enough that they need to show his face. Like, if you put The Rock under that suit...
I don't think he could move slow enough. Like, Sheamus, for being a big guy, is really high, strong, and fast. Vader's more methodical. His movements flow. They're not spazzy. And To
Well,
me,
that
he's a very
scene, that scene that when he's walking out of the smoke, which scared the shit out of me because it looked like Vader was gonna go and slap a bitch. I think that for that movie, I think it would fit. I mean, obviously that's probably not true, but to put someone actually who's athletic under the suit for that purpose of making him look like he's about to slap up some hoes would be a good move on their part.
I wonder where he is, because that looks just like Cloud City. I know they're not on Cloud City, but if you look, I'm looking at the image from our video that has that scene where Vader appears, and it looks straight up like the Cloud City grate, and the Death Star doesn't look like that on the interior. Like, we've seen the design. It has a very specific look, so...
Yeah, I mean that scene because they had it on in the previews, and I mean it didn't have that orange tint where they had all the orange lighting from Cloud City. It looked like the similar type of facility, but they did have the smoke, but it didn't have that orange lighting that was very specific to that.
Oh, I'm not saying it is, but I mean like that round floor looks exactly like
right, yeah.
Unless they're in another carbon freezing chamber, like. I could maybe be okay with that one. If it's another carbon freezing chamber, that'd be neat, because that is a technology that exists in Star Wars that they don't ever show, besides like Han Solo. Because they would freeze that gas that would make laser bolts, so maybe they're acquiring something to test I don't know, maybe I could buy into that. But I don't like this girl. Like, Felicity Jones is too little. Like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but like, they put all these little skinny white chicks in these movies and they're supposed to kick ass. Then you look at wrestling.
Can we please have Nicki Minaj in one Star Wars movie? Just like a 20-minute ash out of her running across the desert. That's all I want.
You're throwing way too many jokes that make me want to do physical harm to you, Nick.
Can she? No, but I was just gonna make the comment. Look at somebody like whatchamacallit, Nia Jackson wrestling. Like, you believe that she can kick ass. I'm not saying she's good looking. I'm not saying she's a good wrestler. But, like, I can buy that she could fight a dude because she's giant. I don't believe that Felicity Jones, who's like 5 feet tall and weighs 100 pounds, could even fire a fucking rifle. Like, I don't believe that. Like,
I think you guys are looking at it from the wrong side of the equation, though. Let's not change these from small white women. Let's change them from kicking ass. Because I want to look at my females on screen and masturbate to them. And that's my demographic that I beat off to. That and black dicks. So let's have a giant black penis running around in the lights.
Well, then you should be super excited that Forrest Whitaker's in that movie, because you were going to fucking pass out in the theater.
But they should have at least one leg.
That looks like Gary Coleman's forearm. Jesus Christ.
we'll show about to you.
No, I just don't like women kicking ass. You guys know my philosophy.
Yeah, they need to stay in the kitchen.
No, they need to be ones getting their asses kicked. Jesus, what's wrong with you, sexist?
No, I mean, we're only a month. I think Rogue One's, a month away? Was it the 17th?
16th.
Month and 6 days.
All right, so obviously we're going to talk about that more as it gets closer, but I'm glad that there's more footage. I would be more excited for this movie if this is what the first Star Wars Disney film was. If this would have come out, we're working on the episodes, we're making something big and epic that's going to be completely different. And this was the one that they get you back with the nostalgia, because I like to see the X-Wings. I'm in a weird camp where I would be okay if they went back one more time and re-CGI'd the Battle of the Yavin to make the model shots and the CGI shots mixed together better. Because I've rewatched the original cut of Star Wars thanks to one of our fans, and some of the Death Star battle does not look that good. And some of the CGI is just glaringly different. So if you were to make like an ultimate cut where all the CGI was redone and certain things were cut out to, fix that continuity, I would be very happy. But I guess I'm just alone. Did we have any more news?
Yeah, I got something. I don't know if you guys know who Leah Dunham is. It doesn't matter if you fucking do. Leah Dunham posted a video celebrating the extinction of white men on Twitter a couple weeks ago.
Well, I'm glad a white guy's your president, Lena.
Well, see, and also, like, in the video, it's her dad, who's an old white guy, saying that white men are the problem and they should be extinct. And, he's the one narrating the video and who's done the video. He didn't do it, but I mean, he may have done it at gunpoint. I don't know. So it's just weird that's a thing that happened.
Isn't she the fat lesbian bitch who admitted in her biography to molesting her young sister?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
That's
white
right.
men are the problem, right?
Yeah.
There's a picture of her. She looks just like a white man.
She does. She does. Ah!
Oh my,
Jesus
that's me. That's me. That is a picture of
Good
me.
Christ.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you don't shave your face that closely.
Ew, what is
True,
that?
they photoshopped a kind of woman's face onto my body.
You got a tattoo on your chest now?
You have tits?
Oh, I'm looking at my shadow on the wall right now, and I'm pretty disgusted with myself.
Are you like Alfred Hitchcock? Good evening.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
She is the epitome of not hot.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
my point is, she can sit there and talk shit about white men or whatever, but she did a pretty horrific thing to a young child and then bragged about it in her book about herself.
well, here's the thing. Like about a month ago or a while ago, she also she was at some sort of like I guess function or whatever, and she's I guess quote unquote a celebrity, and she got sat with Odell Beckham. And it was just her assigned seat. And that was it. Like she sat down, and then she, tweeted this. It was so. Let's see. It was so amazing to be looked. It was so amazing because I was like, he looked at me. He determined I was not the shape of the woman by his standards. She said, and it was like she goes this whole tweet and rant about like how she was like pretty much forcing her insecurities onto what she thought he was, looking at her towards. It was this fucked up, like, long ass tweet, and it just didn't make any sense. And he just, like, I'm sure she just sat down and he was like, "Oh, what's up?" And then went back to his phone to, look at how.
But didn't he say that was when he was like, I didn't even know who she was?
Yeah, exactly.
When they asked him about it at practice or something, he's like, I didn't even know who she was.
Yeah, exactly. And she made this whole thing about this, like, oh, he's looking at me like some frumpy bitch. I'm like, he doesn't even know the fuck you are. Calm the fuck down, bitch. It's like, God damn it, man. Just slow your roll.
She is the worst type of celebrity. That's why I'm really happy with our change in politics, because the atmosphere is going to change, and we're just going to tell those people to shut the fuck up. Like her and Amy Schumer are just insufferable. Like
after Amy Schumer got caught stealing other people's jokes.
Yeah, and did you hear about her and Seth Rogen's beer ad getting cut?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because the fucking beer sales are down because those ads talk shit about the people that buy their product. Talk about dumb fucking mark. It's like, you hillbilly redneck motherfuckers are the problem with America. Well, those hillbilly redneck motherfuckers are the consumers buying your shitty beer.
Yeah, they're the only motherfuckers that buy Bud Light. Because we all know Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer don't drink fucking Bud Light.
No.
Yeah, I mean those poor ass white hillbilly motherfuckers. That's all they got to look forward to is a 6-pack of Bud Light, man. Come on.
The funny thing is, though, all these media outlets and all this entertainment make it seem like hillbillies and all these people are the worst, but they're really not, because they're dumb, but
That's true, they are.
They're not trying to like ruin your life on 10 different levels. They're like, I just want to go my land and do my thing. It's like, cool, don't interact with me and I won't interact with you.
Yeah, you really want to interact with them at all. It's just better if you don't.
Oh, I don't want to interact with hillbillies because they scare me, especially at night, when you're down south. Like when we drive to WrestleMania, I'm not getting out of the car from like
Phil's our translator, man. We're making Phil, go get me a pot.
Dude, did I tell you when he went down to Virginia with Toph the first year? He went to this gas station in the mountains. He's like, don't get out of the car. I didn't.
Wait, Jeff. Do you remember when you came to the cabin in Tennessee? How fucking far back that was?
Yeah.
Remember that drive?
Oh shit.
Especially in the dark.
I was pissed off though because all I wanted to do was drink all day, and we had to fucking cart around 3 drama queens.
Well, 3 fat, ugly drama queens.
Hey, I was being polite. But
I have no more fucks to give. I'm sorry. It was I had to play goddamn tour guide and shit that day, and I was pissed the fuck off. Especially like never for the love of God, anybody listening to this podcast, just any guy listening to this podcast, never take any female to a wax museum. Bad fucking idea.
Yeah, I suffered through that twice. When I took my mom to the one in Vegas, 5 hours.
Yeah, never take a female to the wax museum. That is a horror. I mean, you can leave them there, but never be there with them.
I gotta take a selfie with the Miley Cyrus statue.
Yeah, definitely. Like, definitely, if you got shit to do or you want to be alone for like 6 or 8 hours, drop them off there, and then bring them back when they call you. But goddamn it, don't be there with them. That's a bad fucking idea.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm reading a thing where apparently Darth Vader might get injured by the girl in this movie, have his neck broken.
Oh no, that's not fucking happening.
What?
No,
I don't put anything past me after the bullshit of The Force Awakens, so
That's too far out there.
no, because remember, Kathleen Kennedy is on a power trip. All right, she stood by and she produced big movies with Spielberg and Lucas and all these other great directors, and she was biding her time to wait to put her fucking stamp on it. Well, listen, lady, you didn't make anything. Nothing that you've been a part of have you really enhanced. You could have not been on any of these projects, and they would have all been the exact same film. You're not that important. Now that you have a modicum of power, you're fucking overlording over a good franchise and putting your ideology on it, and people like me are fed up with it. Like, here's what I would say to her in person. I refuse to buy Star Wars merchandise. There you go. That's really hitting him in the pocket. Like, I refuse to support anything you guys make. I'll watch those movies for free online or whatever, but I will not give you money anymore. They just gotta
Well, I mean, even Star Wars merchandise was out in stores and it was out for a few months. I mean, from what I saw, it was just kind of sitting there for a while. Like, nobody was really buying it up or hoarding it or being like, oh, I need to get this. It was just kind of like sitting there because they had made the merchandise so far ahead of the movie that you didn't know what the fuck was what.
Well, two things to jump on that. I agree with you 100%. In my neck of the woods, I live in the biggest city of, well, not you, Nick, because you live in Atlanta now, but Phil, we live in a pretty big city, like our part of Cincinnati. We got everything you could think of, like store-wise.
Yeah.
And there's like I can go on one street and find 10 stores that sell Star Wars toys, like buy out, huge numbers.
Right.
They sat on shelves from Force Friday to this Force Friday. Like I can always find every figure. I can find a Rey. I can find a Guavian Enforcer. I can find Constable Zuvio and Finn and all these other dumb characters that no one bought. The only ones I never found were Han Solo and Han Solo. That's pretty much it. He's the only one I couldn't fucking find. Like the one I would have bought. But I kept my word. I didn't buy a single piece of merchandise from The Force Awakens, so whatever. But it's funny though because people are all going on about how big this movie is going to be, and it made a bunch of money. But like the merchandise sat there for a year, and like my Toys R Us still has it. They actually took the Star Wars aisle, which was 2 aisles. They condensed it down to a quarter of a new aisle, like one side only, and they put all the other Star Wars shit in the front, like on this special little end cap, and it still sits there. And I know, Dustin, you go to the toy store with your kids more often than I probably go to the toy store. Have you seen those interactive Star Wars figures, like $100 they talk?
Oh yeah, they're always on the end caps, getting discounted, and still nobody buys them.
Yeah, at my store, I shit you not, they have literally 50 of them on the wall in the back, but they're all still $100, and no one has ever purchased them. And the fucking air hog drones never sold, and now they got this new AT-AT walker. That's really not an AT-AT walker; it's called something else. But it's fucking $300 because it connects to a cell phone app. Like that's the thing. That's what they're.
Yeah, that and the fucking the little droid with the
the
little watch thing that you have on, where you can connect your phone app to it. That's fucking $100 and something bucks. It's just ridiculous.
There's
35 on Black Friday. Yeah.
There's $179 or $69 TIE fighter that's like 3 feet tall or whatever, or 2 feet tall or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Target for the longest time, and now I was at a store over here called Bargain Hunters, $37.
That's a huge discount. Too bad it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, and I mean, they're producing all that stuff and they're making it. And it's out there. Nobody's buying it. I mean, that must be a huge loss. Not a huge loss, but I mean, a loss as well. Because nobody wants it.
I mean, I don't know why people aren't buying the merchandise, because Marvel stuff seems to sell. People still buy toys. Like, toys still make billions of dollars. I'll give it to Mattel. Their Batman v Superman line was a really good-looking toy line. The movie was shit, but I mean, you had your adult collector $20 figures, which looked okay, but then you had the kids version for $10, which was the same size. They had a ton of paint. They looked good. They had figures. They had vehicles. They have a Batcave. Like, Star Wars had, like, 3 $10 ships and a couple other pieces of junk, and the toys look bad. Dustin, you've seen the dip in quality.
Oh, absolutely. There's the loss of articulation over the past few years. is huge. When they shifted to having a black series and a regular series, and your black series is $20 a pop, and your regular series is 10 or 12, but you only get to move not even the elbows or the knees. It just sucks. And the paint is garbage. What I think is happening, though, is I don't think people aren't buying it. I think they just grossly overestimated how many new fans they were going to bring in, and they way overproduced, because we still have like 15 fins sitting on our store shelves where I live. And that doesn't speak about my demographic being rural farmers, that Finn is the only one left. Take that out of consideration. The fact is, I think they made way too many toys that no matter how popular it was, sell.
Yeah, I mean, right here in Cincinnati, where it's pretty much a black-white split. It's 50-50 almost. I mean, other minorities are very, very rare, but Finn's everywhere. He's the one Star Wars figure of the main cast that wasn't moving. Poe Dameron sat, like, I could go out in my area and I could find probably one of each of the Episode 7 Black Series figures. And they just took out, all my Toys R Us stores, they just took out the 3 3/4 inch line. Like, they just took them off the shelves. They didn't sell out, they just, got rid of them.
Oh, they'll repackage them later in, like, multi-packs and sell them to you for, like, 4 for $20.
And I won't buy a single one because they look bad, man. They look terrible. I had some Rogue One figures in my hand the other day. I almost bought it. I almost bought some Stormtroopers, and I looked at it, and then I realized it had no articulation that I wanted, and I put it back.
I'm going to buy a 6-inch figure of the guy who wears all white from Rogue One.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Daggett or whatever from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, whenever that motherfucker comes, he looks cool. He looks like he's one of the coolest Star Wars characters I've ever seen. And I might get that 6-inch droid, that new black droid or whatever.
Oh, I could see you getting that one. That one's all right.
But beyond that, like, I'm not gonna get Jin unless I'm gonna have my figures have sex like I used to have them do when I was 8. Or
You mean 18?
Why not both?
I suggest, Dustin, that you take my route and you learn how to look for sales on SH Figure Arts, and you mature your Star Wars collecting to high-quality figures.
We gotta think, though, like, because I have a 6 and a 5-year-old, I don't want to drop, $40 or $50 on an incredible one just to have those little fucks ruin it.
Oh, don't ever tell them you bought it. The thing is, it comes in a little box. Like, literally, you could tell them that it's anything. You could say, I got a box of checks in the mail. They're not going to, like, go, okay, because it's literally that small. The box has no pomp and circumstance. It's a black box that says Star Wars on it, and then the rest is just Japanese characters on the back. And I sent you photos of how good it looks.
Incredible.
It's
incredible. Now, what characters do they have in that line?
Oh, my God. They got... Let's see. They got Episodes 1, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. They got Episode 6, Luke and Vader. They got a bunch of Episode 7 characters. They got Kylo Ren. They got Rogue One characters. Captain Phasma. I got Luke Skywalker from Episode 4. They got Obi-Wan from Episode 2. Han Solo, I pre-ordered him. I got him on discount for $60, which sounds like a lot of money, but he goes for $90 now, and he's not even out. They got
How much does Darth Maul go for, out of curiosity?
A lot. Let me look it up for you.
That's what I figured, because the Black Series Darth Maul is $150 right now.
I've never seen that in stores.
I saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm not really into Star Wars right now. Why would I get that? And then I got into Star Wars like a month later, got back into it, and regretted it ever since.
Oh, well, I found you, if you would like to buy it, $37.50, brand new.
Now, is it the bootleg ones, though?
I don't think there's bootleg SH Figure Arts because
they have a bunch of bootleg ones.
Well, they have the bootleg Black Series. SH Figure Arts faces aren't sculpted; they're 3D printed.
Oh shit!
Like that's why they get the likeness in the paint, because it's like literally just a 3D painted face or a 3D sculpted face too.
That's crazy that they're able to. They have 3D printed figures. It's insane.
It's ridiculous how good it looks.
Yeah, that's such a big difference.
Well, I mean, it's just technology. It's really exciting, though, to see how... Like, when we were little kids, toys looked a certain way. They looked good. They looked better than they did in the 70s, but they're not, as cool as they are nowadays. And I don't care how old I get. If I see a really cool toy, I'm going to buy it for myself. I'm going to feel like I'm 5 years old.
Ooh,
Yeah, see it? That looks legit, right?
looks awesome, man. Looks so good.
That's what I got in the mail the other day.
How much was that again?
I got it for 40. It retails anywhere from 40 to 80.
Nice.
So just be like me and hunt for sales, because that's all I do in my free time. I look for sales online.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would be the guy who got that stuff and wait for it to go up in price, then sell it. Like that'd be what I do.
Well, those
That episode 6 Luke looks sweet.
he's $95.
Ugh.
Now, the episode 4 Luke is $49. So I'm just saying, because that was one of the first figures that came out. And Nick, you were talking about sitting on a figure and holding collective value. I did that with the Power Rangers line. Like I got every figure they put out when they were $30.
Yeah.
The White Ranger's 150, the Blue Ranger's 180, the Red Ranger's 85, the Green Ranger, wow, the Pink Ranger is $157. Like I have every one, and I paid $30 each for them. It's like I could sell these for almost $1,000, but I won't.
Yeah, I mean, like that'd be something I would do. I would more than likely do that. I mean, I used to be huge. I used to buy for like almost. I would buy them for a lot of older sci-fi movies and different sci-fi movies, and whatever I'd find, I'd get stuff, and I would get a giant collection of just random crap. And now it's just like I have no room for it, and I don't have the disposable income for something like that. I mean, I would do it if I could invest into it and hopefully sell it for for more money later. But I wouldn't just like buy it just to kind of have it, unfortunately.
See, now mine are just gonna sit in my closet. I keep them in the box permanently. I'm never gonna sell them. But I like that they're worth a lot of money.
Of
Makes me
course.
feel like I didn't waste money.
Oh, no, definitely.
Did you guys get a chance to, speaking of Power Rangers, see the new Megazord?
No.
Yeah.
I shared it in the group chat.
I'll send you a link to it, Dustin. Now you saw the original Power Rangers movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This new Megazord looks like Ivan Ooze's Megazord thing that he fought.
It looks like a goddamn Gundam.
Yeah, exactly. It looks weird.
If I should have not told you what this was and just sent you an image, because I said to my mom, "Can you tell me what this is?" She goes, "I don't know, a Transformer." I was like, "No, Mom, that's the Megazord." And she goes,
That's
"No, it's
exactly
not."
what I said, because I feel like in the Power Rangers movie, I bet you when they all
Yeah,
form in the
that
Megazord,
looks.
it's going to be like a Transformer.
Yeah, dude, that does look like a Gundam, or it looks like some other thing besides that. I don't know. It just doesn't look
Like not even like
interesting.
not even a Gundam, just like a B-rate Gundam, like a Kmart version.
Well,
Like something out of Pacific Rim.
No,
that's
no,
his favorite
not even
movie.
Pacific, not even Pacific.
Well,
Because it looks more like a guy in a suit than actually like a robot. It's weird.
Well, the way the calves and the thighs and all the muscles are defined.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, all the stuff is defined. It's like a dude in a really elaborate like costume. It doesn't look like a robot that's been put together with other robots.
Like I
You know.
don't see a Tyrannosaurus Rex anywhere. I don't see a pterodactyl anywhere.
Exactly. I don't see any of that shit. And I mean, I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it.
yeah, I actually have a big problem with it because, well, Phil, I'll include you in this, but I was like the biggest Power Rangers fan as a kid. It wasn't even
Oh, I was
funny.
too.
Like I lived and died for that shit. I wore that costume every day for a year as a White Ranger. It's my problem with entertainment in general. It's not like I need you to cater to me only, but this is such a weird thing to make, because what people don't realize is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hasn't been this long-running series. It's Power Rangers has been a long-running series, but Mighty Morphin was 3 years in the 90s, and it was never on reruns like people want to claim it was. Like there may have been like weird like in syndication things, but on Fox Kids they always kept moving to the next version. Then it was on Disney to the next version. And for one like summer, Dion, when I lived with you guys, when they relaunched the old Power Rangers episodes, but like put those.
Yeah, man.
Other than that, these little kids aren't seeing this show, so I don't get why people are using the argument, well, it's not for you anymore. Well, if it's not for me, like, who's going to see this fucking movie? Because people aren't aware of this. Power Rangers aren't this big part of pop culture anymore. It fucking ended.
Yeah, it did. It ended way back then. And you know, I was a big fan of it as well. But it ended when it ended. I was on to something else. That was it. Done. You know?
And it would have been nice to. It would be nice to see something I love like not get remade or rebooted or redone, reimagined. Like, where's the originality at all?
They're scared. They're scared to invest money into something they don't know that will guarantee them to make money. That's the problem. They're just they want reliability. They want the name of something that has happened before, and that's what it is. They know that if they have that name, that those familiar characters or something along those lines, that they can market and get you to be like, oh, I remember this. I remember that it was like this. Then they'll have your dollar. They'll have your money. They'll have you come to the theater and buy the tickets and buy the shirts and the figures and the DVDs and the Blu-rays and all the other bullshit that comes along with it.
Well, like I said, I can speak for me. I can't speak for the other bullshitters, but I have no interest in this new movie, and I will not be giving him any money towards it.
I was gonna give it a chance, and until I saw this shit, no, I'm not even. I don't even want to ever see it. I don't. It's not like I'm gonna see it for free someday. No, I don't ever want to see this movie ever.
It's too angsty. It's too dumb.
Yeah, I mean, the like in the trailer, the first thing you see is like these kids in detention on a Saturday. Those kids were never that way. Never were they like that.
And it's a modern retelling. You know what? Kids weren't like that in the '90s either, but the Power Rangers were. I'm not saying everything's got to be all goody two shoes and gumdrops, but at least as a kid, like, you could look up to them and they were like, oh, it's cool to be smart. We can kick your ass and fight villains, but we're not pieces of shit in real life like the Punisher or something. Like, we go to school, we do our shit. When we're adults, we'll pay our taxes. It wasn't. It's not bad to have a decent message for kids to go, the Power Rangers are cool, whatever. Like, I would be like that.
No, exactly. I mean, the bad kids in the Power Rangers show were Bulk and Skull.
I was gonna say, wasn't there one episode where Bulk and Skull got like 2 of the Power Rangers sent to detention or something?
Yeah.
That's the closest it ever came.
That happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bulk and Skull were the bad guys. They were the bad kids. Dude,
going back though and watching that show, I actually think Bulk and Skull are the most interesting characters. Like, I actually feel sorry for them though, because they talk about, bullying. The Power Rangers treat those dudes like shit. Bulk and Skull want to be accepted by them, but the Power Rangers bully them even more than Bulk and Skull do, and we're supposed to laugh like, haha, they're assholes because they're fat and dressed like shit. Well, you know what? If you go back and rewatch that through another eye, it's like, Bulk and Skull aren't the bad guys. They're just kind of like the victims.
If you go back, Bulk and Skull are, today's
No. See, the episode the episode that they didn't air, which was the last one, was Bulk and Skull and black trench coats shooting up the fucking Power Rangers at the end. That's for sure. That's the episode they didn't air.
I didn't know Bulk's first name was Eric.
I was watching in school with a fucking couple of AK-47s.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The Power Rangers were off fighting Lord Zed, and everyone's dead now. Good job.
Yeah.
Save this, bitch.
We saved the world, but we didn't save our high school.
God, that's a really fucking morbid way to talk about Power Rangers.
Where's your fucking Megazord now, bitch?
We can't stop. It's too dangerous. That was a little tidbit for the Spaceballs fans. So, you guys want to read about some fucking funny celebrities who said they were moving to Canada because of the election?
Oh, yeah, we do.
All right. Well, I got a list of 18. Now, if you guys are up for it, I might go on Twitter as World Class Bullshitters and call them out on their stupid comments. So, I'm going to read you their quote, and if you feel that their quote deserves a World Class Bullshitters tongue lashing, let me know. And together as a group, we will write a tweet talking shit to them, okay? So, number 1 on the list is Barbara Streisand. She says, and I quote, "I can't believe it. I'm either coming to your country, if you let me in, or Canada," the singer told 60 Minutes in an interview in August. Streisand has been a vocal supporter of Clinton's candidacy and appears at a high-profile fundraiser for the candidate in New York City earlier this year.
Let her go.
Yeah, fuck you, Barbara Streisand. You are not a good singer. You are not a good actor. Yentl is bullshit. Fuck yourself. Now, it's funny that we're talking about Power Rangers. Number 2 is one that saddens me that he's on this list. Bryan Cranston.
God damn it.
So he said, "I would definitely move. It's not real to me that this would happen. I hope to God it won't." Well,
you should write. We should tweet it back. Trump is the one that knocks.
Okay.
Yeah, tweet him back. Trump is the one that knocks.
All right, where's Bryan Cranston?
Oh God.
And it's funny. I looked up these celebrities beforehand to see what they've tweeted. They've all gone fucking silent. Even Whoopi Goldberg's fucking ass.
Oh, she didn't go silent. She went on a fucking rant the day after on The View.
And nobody watches that.
I watched the video clip of it. It's she's saying all the shit that my Facebook friends are saying now. So it's like, just she's talking like, oh, well, we can get him impeached. You can't do anything. You can't do jack shit until he does something wrong.
Wait, Phil. So you watch a clip, or do you actually watch The View like daily? Like, is that a thing that happens?
Well, I work 48 hours a week, 5 days a week, so
You have
I don't watch The View.
Phil, you have a DVR. You can't use that as an excuse. We know you have a fucking hard-on for Joy Behar.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck all
That's
that
what you want to do with your hard-on for her.
Yes, I will fuck her in the mouth to keep her shut.
So
shut.
you come up at night, curl up in a blanket, get a nice bottle of wine, and watch the View for the day. Is that what happens, Phil?
Hey, I have some good news. Leonard Cohen died.
Leonard Cohen.
Dustin, you'll know him as the guy that sings that song from Watchmen.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I hate that fucking song.
Hallelujah.
For minor blood. Fuck, I don't give a shit. He looks like fucking Leonard Nimoy. I already sent it. Dustin Trump is the one who knocks.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna resend it. I don't care. Crap, I'm gonna resend it to Bryan Cranston. He'll probably block us, but I'm never gonna meet Bryan Cranston. And I'm gonna include Donald Trump in this tweet again. Hashtag WCBS. Hashtag Donald Trump wins. Hashtag Trump 2016. The funny thing is, I would never consider all of us like a conservative podcast, but this is just too fun. Okay, so back to our list, which I thought this was going to be a politically charged episode, but we just kind of went on rants, and I fucking love this episode.
That's because we're all friends.
Well, tomorrow night...
Or passive aggressive when you're pissed.
Ooh.
That's okay. Tomorrow night, Dion will be drunk, and we can record our commentary for Batman.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Miley Cyrus.
Oh God, please! What the fuck did she write that's so goddamn intelligent?
She said she would move out the country if Trump, whom she called a fucking nightmare, were to win the election. My heart is broken into a 10,000 pieces.
Was it a wrecking ball?
I am moving if this is my president. I don't say things I don't mean. Well,
bye.
Donald Trump won, and did you guys see the Miley Cyrus video?
No.
Oh, no. Words of video of herself crying, I can't believe this. Fuck you, Miley Cyrus. Like, anyone gives a
Oh my God.
You are a chick who has a chicken ass, and you fucking the reason you're relevant is because you twerked on an MTV award in 2013. You're not what I would consider a fucking political analyst. You're not the person I would go to for any advice unless it's how to get an STD. Like, fuck you, lady.
Or how to get rid of one.
Yeah. How to get
Well, we just figured out how to get rid of one. Trump elected.
I hope Trump creates a new law that safe spaces are just gone.
You do realize that a lot of people in society are getting over the whole safe space dumb shit because it was a university in Chicago or something said that there's no such thing as safe spaces on campus. You cannot curtail free speech. Like, I was happy to hear that shit. Safe spaces are retarded. Like, they don't need
Yeah,
it.
there was one college where like they had a bridge that went from one part to the other, and there was a bunch of people there, and I swear to God, like they would let fucking colored people through, but white people no white people are getting through, none at all. It's like, what are you doing? What exactly are you trying to do here?
It's coming from a Samoan guy too, so.
Well, no, I mean it's just kind of like either block everybody or don't block it at all. Like, why are you picking and choosing? It makes you look like assholes.
Yeah.
Like, come the fuck on. Like, if it were me, I would just like walk my big ass right through them. Like, I don't fucking care. What are you gonna do? Yell at me? Fuck you.
I think most people are genuinely afraid of me, so whatever. I'm not gonna. You can't cross this bridge. Are you the police? No. Then fuck, get out of my way. Because
they're gonna let you through, Nick, because you're a minority technically.
That's true. But
yeah.
But I'll make sure you're right behind me, Phil.
No, I'm okay. I'll just stay at home.
All right. Well,
You're gonna drag his wheelchair behind you?
He's gonna ride it across. Phil,
Hey,
that's what it'll be.
Phil, extend your foot. Which one? Only one left.
Go Gadget Foot.
Oh my God! Could you? That would be an amazing comic book. A guy gets diabetes and loses his body parts, and they replace him with gadgets.
And his powers are fueled by insulin shots.
Jeff, you just rebooted the Inspector Gadget movies.
I did. Oh, and okay, so you saw Doctor Strange, right, Dion? Okay.
And
Yes, sir, I did. The mute button didn't work. Yes, sir.
Do you remember the part where he gets shocked by the paddles and he gets all that extra power in the astral plane?
Yeah, and he kills Scott Atkins.
Yeah, well, what happens is Phil needs extra powers, so he eats some real sugar, and it just fucking edge. Hey, real quick, by the way, what did you think of the movie?
I loved it. I thought it was really good. I didn't like it better than Civil War, or Iron Man, or Avengers, but for me, it's definitely up there. I really, really love that movie, dude. It was really cool.
I would buy it on Blu-ray if it was available today. I liked it.
Fuck yeah, man. I thought Tilda Swinton did an awesome job as the Ancient One. I loved it.
Yeah, I like her as an actress. I'm not saying she's good looking, but I think
Well, that's why I loved it, because she looks
she's,
so
she's fucking
her
solid,
face
dude.
is
She's
so
fucking
weird looking.
solid.
Yeah.
I like her best in Burn After Reading.
I loved her in Constantine as well. Like, she was fucking
As
amazing.
Gabriel, yeah, she was.
Yes.
She was really, yeah.
Dude, yeah, she's a good fucking actress. She's
I like her.
amazing.
I like
Yeah.
her.
All right, speaking of amazing actresses, let's talk about the antithesis of an amazing actress, Lena Dunham. She's back again on this list. This photo is her Rubenesque manly face wearing a bright red jacket and a dress that just says Hillary with a bunch of stars on it. You look like an idiot, lady. The girl star said there is a 100% chance she will pick up and move to Canada if Trump prevails on Election Day. Well...
Why do these people keep threatening things that we actually want to happen?
Yeah, Amy Schumer's like, I'll leave. Leave
Thank
the fucking
God.
country. Either, you know what we need to do for people that want to leave America, that's, you know, these celebrities? Let's get that cannon from that episode of South Park that's going to shoot them into the sun. Let's say we're shooting you to Canada, and then we lie and shoot them into the sun, and we'll never have to hear from them again. So, Lana Dunham, I don't know why she's... I know why she is, because all these SJW idiots, but I looked her, like, acting up on YouTube. She's not funny. She's not talented.
No. She's done a handful of things, and it's not anything that's fucking popular. That's good. It's not a lot of it, anyways, and it's all bullshit.
Yeah, she's whatever. Now let's talk about more bullshit. Amy Schumer. God, I Schumer.
Why is she still alive?
Because you haven't met her yet, Phil.
You better watch out, Amy
More
Schumer.
so, he hasn't tried to fuck her yet. That's why.
Now,
I
Dion, all joking
I
aside,
wouldn't fuck her with Dan's dick.
Yeah. See, that I feel like that's a gamble you could take, because it's Dan's dick. It's gonna fall off anyway.
wash me once in a while, motherfucker. Dion, I think you're the only guy here that would bang Amy Schumer.
That's fair.
I think she's ugly.
I'd give her I'd give her a pass.
Oh, God.
You guys are disgusting.
Yeah, I'd give her a pass.
It's not
Why not?
about trying
I'm
to
with
be
you,
whatever.
Dustin.
It's. I look at her. I don't care if she weighed 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds. She's not attractive to me at all. Like, I look at her and go, "Ooh, what's?" Her face is just so. Ugh. Anyway, let's see. She just said she would move to Spain if Trump wins the presidency. Well, I've been to Spain, Amy Schumer. It's very lovely. Please don't come back. Here's one that's going to hurt Nick straight in the heart.
Oh God.
Jon Stewart.
Oh man.
He said he's getting in a rocket and going to another planet because clearly the planet's gone bonkers. Well, John, you need to get hooked up with Elon Musk, and he needs to send your ass out as the first explorer to Mars.
I don't want
John,
to live on this planet
wait.
anymore.
Hold on. You're, like, what is it? I guess he's 60 years old or something. Jon Stewart, or 50 or something. He's up there. You're gonna send a 50 or 60-year-old Jewish man to Mars?
I can think of another small metallic contraption for him to crawl inside and go somewhere.
What would that be? What would that be? I want to hear this.
I'm gonna go eat some pizza really quick. I'll be right back.
It's funny though, because who do these celebrities really think they are? Their opinion. I don't give a shit about these people. Like, it gets better though. Hold on. Here's one that no one gives a shit about. She could die tomorrow, and no one would care. This comes from Cher. the robot known as Cher. She said that she'll be moving to Jupiter if Trump wins. Well, Cher, you got a lot of money and a lot of plastic surgery, so fucking shoot your ass to the fucking moon. Get the fuck out.
She could use her face as like a heat shield. She'd be fine.
Yeah, she will survive, even though that's not her song. Believe me, I know. It was just whatever.
I wish she had hit the tree instead of
Sonny Bono. Oh no. Yeah,
I was gonna send you a tweet that you should send her.
Yeah, send it to me. If you come up with tweets, I'll send them to Cher.
I hit the wrong button. So that's the first part of it.
Yeah.
If you ever want to get out of here, take this. Awkward silence.
I'm going to send it to her right now. I'm copying it in. Okay, I'm going to send this to her right now. If you really want to get out of here, take the same ski path your husband did.
Jesus.
Justin, you are my dark-hearted hero.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is Cher even on Twitter? Yeah, she is. She's at Cher.
That's original.
Oh, she's actually tweeted post-election. She's actually out there protesting Donald Trump.
Like right now.
I don't understand this. What do you people think you're going to accomplish?
Hopefully jail time.
I mean, that's a given, but I mean, it's like it can't change. It's said and done. Deal with it. Get on with your lives.
If you really want to see the kind of people that voted for Hillary, they're a bunch of fucking crybabies. And these protests prove it. Flooding the streets, breaking shit, starting fires.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't. That's the thing, man. Like, peaceful protest is fine, but when you start breaking shit and setting things on fire, that's not the way to fucking go.
Oh man, this is the worst hashtag I've ever used. She has that stupid song, "Do You Believe in Life After Love?" I used hashtag "Do You Believe in Life After Trump?" Fuck you, Cher. Okay, let's see. Number 8, Chelsea Handler. Not funny. Well, you know what's great is all these celebrities that I don't give a shit about want to move. So I don't even. It's not like these are my friends. Like, oh, I'm not gonna get to hang out with Chelsea Handler anymore. I'm so sad. Like, your show on E!
God, she's an alcoholic, coked up whore. Who the fuck cares?
She says, she did buy a house.
She loves to remind us of that all the time. Like, we get it. You like booze. Jesus fucking Christ.
Now here's the
you
first.
50 Cent. Congratulations.
Here's the first celebrity I'm sad's on this list: Samuel L. Jackson. And I quote: "If that motherfucker becomes president, I'm moving my black ass to South Africa." Well, Samuel, move your black ass to South Africa. I'm sure Black Panther.
Kenya.
Plus, they don't like us very much there either.
That's Kenya, goddammit. Come on, Phil, get your shit.
You know, Dion, it's going to be a very Lethal Weapon 2-esque situation for Samuel L. Jackson if you move south.
I just it took me a second to get it, but I just got it.
That's a phenomenal fucking movie. All right.
Tired of this motherfucking president in this motherfucking White House.
I'd be like, Samuel, he's not even the president yet. Chill the fuck out. Go make me another Avengers movie, son. Whoopi Goldberg. Who gives a shit about Whoopi Goldberg? I didn't see her rant, but according to this list, she says, what he can't be is the guy that says your faulty stuff is, well, whatever, lady. I'm not going to read it. She says, it's time to move. I can afford to go. Well, I can afford to ignore you.
She's like, with him, she said something on the rant. With him in office, they're going to bring back stop and search. I'm like, really?
Frisk. It's Frisk.
Yeah, stop and frisk.
You know what we should, Dustin, you know what you and I should do is we should make a list of every fear that these celebrities have, and then at the end of the first 4 years, we'll be like, hey, remember when you said this? It didn't happen. Fuck yourself. And we just make a video directed to all these people. I think that could get us.
Can I tell the viewers about that guy that came into work?
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is an open platform.
Sure. So I was working, and this thing comes into the store, and I say thing because it's a woman that used to be a man, and it was crying, and it was like, well, whoever the fuck they are only putting him in office to take away all the LGBT rights and insurance and all this other shit. And I'm thinking, and I told Jeff this, I have some pretty out there conspiracy theories, but to think that they would select somebody just to target 5% of the demographic so they don't get insurance seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense at all, and that person needs to just calm the fuck down and go to a safe place, go to a safe space or whatever.
You know, it'd be
They
nice.
don't exist anymore.
Maybe we can finally stop having those discussions about the bathrooms at Target. Like, maybe it's not like it's not that I don't care about those people. What I don't care about is like that's the debate we're having. We don't care about like illiteracy or other problems.
The
that the world has.
deficit or the military or anything. It's all, what do 1 out of 30 people? It's not even that big because there's not that many transgender.
One out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Preach, man. You don't have to hold your tongue. This is
Well, no, I'm tired of like this country is all like, instead of caring about like the welfare, not in the like the liberal sense of welfare, but like the well-being of the majority takes a back seat to the interest of 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000 people. It doesn't make sense to me. They go, well, you guys have had your turn, but society's all about the majority. That's ethically, the laws, our philosophy, everything is based off of what's going to benefit the most people. And when you start changing laws or making policies that only affect 1 out of 100 people, you're completely destroying the foundation upon which democracy was built. Majority rules, the well-being of the majority, and it's this vocal minority, the fucking Twitterverse, Facebook, the internet, the liberal media is just all about like, fuck what's good for everyone. You guys are all assholes. Let's benefit these small groups, and it's retarded.
And I live by the whole Spock phrase: "The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few." It's like, just go by that.
I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that. Like, we're a society. Why wouldn't all of our policies be the ones that benefit the most people?
Because they're, like you said, they're the vocal minority, and they yell and they bitch the most. I'm triggered.
Then that's a fucking devil country that has all this money and all this other bullshit. None of the we have the homeless population is what, like 2 or 3 million, maybe more, maybe 10 million. I forget. It's a good amount of homeless. 1/4 of them are veterans, and even then, veterans can't even get fucking healthcare. They have to wait in line for 18 months to 2 or 3 years. And we're spending $1 trillion on a fucking a fighter jet that hasn't even flown once yet. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we need to be more focused on. Like, I don't give a shit about, Joe Blow and her views or whatever. Like, I'm just going to leave it alone for now, but let's get back to these celebrities. By the way, I'm looking at more pictures of this Megazord I want to buy. God damn, I don't want to spend $300. I could buy it, but I don't know if I want to spend $300 on a Megazord. Now, you're talking about trannies, Dustin. Let's talk about a tranny that no one's thought of in years, Nev Campbell.
Oh, man.
She says, and this is from the thing, I quote, the Scream in House of Cards. She's on House of Cards? She said she'd move back to her native Canada if Trump wins the election. Okay. They see someone off the cuff and broad, and they think, okay, that's the voice we need. Just someone honest. She told the Huffington Post that, which is the worst fucking piece of journalism. It's not even journalism. It's just trash.
Yeah, I almost reached through the computer and hit you for calling it journalism.
Yeah, I stopped. Oh, Dion, here's another celebrity we're sad to see go, though. Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, Keegan. God damn it, man.
He said he'd flee north to Canada if Trump is ever elected president. He said, it's like 10 minutes from Detroit.
You
That's
let
where I'm
that
from.
check
My
from
mom
Comedy
lives there.
Central cash before you do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know what? I hope your fucking movie about the black guy that goes to the white girl's family flops, because it looks like shit anyway. No, wait, that's the other guy. Fuck. I think it looks like shit
Jordan
anyway.
Peele. That's Jordan Peele's movie, yeah.
Hey, Jordan Peele, I think you're funny. I think you're both fucking funny, but man, that movie looks terrible. Like, I find that offensive.
It's like bringing up fucking Keegan. Was it Keegan and Kel? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Come on, man, don't do that.
And they talk about race relations in America. It's movies like that and shit that's just stupid. It's like, hey,
I'm still gonna watch it, and I will still report about it and tell you how it is. Like,
you can report about it.
I'm interested. It looks. I'm curious, and I will watch it and tell you guys if it's good or not.
It looks horrible. It looks fucking horrible. But I will admit the part where they're at the barbecue and he goes, "Hey man, it's good to see another one of us," and the dude starts freaking out. That was actually pretty damn funny. I was like,
And-
and his fucking nose starts bleeding. I was like, what the fuck is going? That was pretty goddamn funny.
Unless this is meant to be a comedy that I can't catch on to yet, I have no interest in it. Okay.
Did you guys watch Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks
Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks?
from SNL a few weeks ago?
SNL, yeah, where he was the Trump supporter, and they were all like, yeah, man.
I did.
I hate SNL, but that was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I'm shocked that not everyone
That
has seen
was
it yet.
I love
Speaking of
There's hardly
SNL,
any-
don't forget to watch Saturday night. Dave Chappelle's going to be on.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, all he's going to do is trash Trump.
He can keep his ass
I'm okay
alive
with
for that.
He's still
But
funny.
it's Dave Chappelle, dude.
He hasn't. Not everything he does is funny though. Like,
Yeah, I went to when he was in Kalamazoo and he did another stand up. He's still pretty good, man. And then it was like his random jokes about Ted Cruz and shit were funny, and then he was making fun of people who drink Budweiser. He's not as sharp as he was, but he's still pretty goddamn good.
you know who was fucking funny when I saw him in concert or on stage was Tracy Morgan. That dude was. Oh, I hate him on TV, but he was funny in person.
I've heard that his stand up's really good.
Oh yeah. Oh. So speaking of stand up, here's somebody that's not a good stand up comedian, George Lopez. He says, and I quote, "If he wins, we won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back." Really? You'll all?
Well, I mean, okay, like
George
George,
the country.
Hey, remember his late night show on TBS? That turned out great.
No, remember his giant.
everything he touched turned to shit. So him and Carlos Mencia are about the same.
I gotta say though, on the show, George Lopez, the daughter was really hot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here's a celebrity that no one cares about, so I'm only going to read his name and not his quote. Neo.
I don't know who that is.
He's a
Singer?
He's a
Yeah, he
singer, R&B.
he looks like Chunk from the.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of him vaguely.
All right, here's a
I
guy.
love you.
Al Sharpton said he's moving. Well, cool.
Thank God, finally.
Here's a celebrity we're going to be happy to see go to Dion. Raven Simone.
Oh
She
my
said
God.
she would move to Canada if any Republican gets nominated. Well, Raven Simone, I believe that Republicans have now hold the majority in the House and the Senate, and now the president. So move.
And soon to be the Supreme Court. Woo!
Why don't you take your ass farther away than Canada? Where should she go to?
I have a real
Alaska.
question.
Yes.
Genuine
Oh my
question.
God.
I've watched Trump's speeches. I've heard some of the shit he said about Mexico and stuff. But why does he get labeled as a racist against blacks? What has he said that has disenfranchised? This is a real question. Not
I'm
me
going to tell you
saying-
an honest question. Nothing. He fucking endorsed Mike Tyson back in the day and shit. Mike Tyson endorsed him recently. That's not just a made-up quote either. Donald Trump's always been where the business is, I don't give a shit what color you are. If I can make money, I'm going to do it. He's not really... That's why I don't buy into the whole media thing. He hates everybody. He doesn't like Rosie O'Donnell. That's the only person I've ever heard him talk real shit about.
She's a white person.
Yeah. And ugly.
So when I see so right after it was announced that he won, there was this professor from Purdue who wrote a column on the New York Times, and she was like, man, I fully expected Clinton to win, and I thought our country was ready to be progressive, and then when Trump won, I realized that we're nothing but a bunch of hateful, racist, homophobic, sexist, and I was thinking, maybe one of those applies to Trump, maybe the sexist one. But I cannot think of any. He's okay with gay marriage. He says the Supreme Court made a decision. He can't overturn it. And I don't remember him ever saying anything about different races. He said stuff about Mexico as a country, but that's xenophobia. That's not racism. And it just blew my mind that people keep calling him a racist, and I cannot think for the life of me of one time he has said anything to that effect.
I wouldn't call him a sexist per se. He just likes sex.
He loves women. That's why he grabs them by their pussies. If he didn't like them, he wouldn't do that. So who do we got next?
I think Jeff died.
No, I'm right here. My mom just randomly came into my room to talk to me.
Hi, Barb.
Dustin says hi. You can say hi. They can hear you. Just say hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I've not heard that angelic voice in years.
My mom officially appeared on World Class Bullshitters.
Add her to the poster.
I think Trump should be on the poster.
My mom actually said something fucking hilarious. You know, we were talking about Miley Cyrus earlier. She said
Yeah.
there's a song she sings called "The Climb." She said she better get started now because it's a long climb to Canada.
Oh, there you
But
go.
burn.
Yeah, she's into this. She's like, these celebrities are fucking retarded because she's listening to us record the show right now.
Oh,
You guys know who Amber Rose is?
Yeah.
Oh, the dude, she came out with the Kanye's anal playlist tweet.
Yeah, she's the one that's like, I'm taking my son and moving out of here. Well,
Yeah, she's one of the giant ass. That's about all I know
she's
about
got a great body, but she can move to my house. We'll treat it like Canada. I'll say A after every sentence.
it.
And then finally, Darth Vader Ginsburg, aka Ruth Bader Ginsburg, says she's going to move to New Zealand if Donald Trump is president. Well, I don't think you'll live to make the flight. And speaking of living, did you guys? The funniest thing I
See you
saw
later, mate.
of the entire election was that quote from Janet Reno. It said, Donald Trump will not be president in my lifetime. And it said, Janet Reno, January whatever to 2013, the day after she died, Donald Trump was elected president.
Oh my god!
I gotta find it, because that was the
Holy
funniest shit. Oh, God.
That's the other thing I saw. Hashtag not my president. It's like, no, he is. Just because you don't want him to be your president doesn't mean he's not your president.
Yeah, a lot of people did that for Obama as well.
Hey, you know
Right,
what?
that's what I'm saying.
No,
Everybody
no,
thought
no.
Obama was the goddamn Antichrist. And look, he did okay.
I voted for him twice, because, well, John McCain and Sarah Palin was a fucking nut job. Like, you would
No,
go on
she
about Donald
wasn't.
Trump. Sarah Palin was a fucking nut job and an idiot. She was only in there to try to sway some votes. Like, hey, we'll have a female vice president.
I can see
She
Russia.
also-
I can see Russia from my house.
She also endorsed Donald Trump.
She's also a MILF.
She was
to a
ra-
degree, but
She was
hey.
rallying for him.
No, she is She's a MILF. I'll give you that.
She may be an idiot, but I would fuck the shit out. I'd fuck her even more. Okay? And by the way, there's that picture of Janet Reno. Donald Trump will never be president in my lifetime. July 21st, 1938 to November 7th, 2016. Well, November 8th, technically the 9th. He's
Yeah,
the
that's
president.
that's true. That's entirely true.
That is probably the funniest thing.
Did she really die on the 7th?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She's dead. She's fucking dead.
That's
The
hilarious.
ugliest woman to ever serve, and God, she looks like a dude. I love how Will Ferrell used to play her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that being a thing. Yes.
Does anyone else have news or anything like that? Because I guess we can call this episode.
Oh, I saw that Chris Evans said that it was a shameful day for America.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
Cap!
Yeah,
It made me not like him. It actually made me not like Captain America.
Yeah,
Robert
and
Downey
you
Jr.
and
said
you were
something
and you've been like dick hard for Captain America ever since the beginning.
But yeah, that was my first comic book character that I latched onto, and now he's dead to me.
Iron Man said something too.
Robert Downey Jr. can go fuck himself, alright? That drug
He
addict.
made that whole fucking anti-Trump video before the election.
What doesn't make sense to me is that, like, these are all rich people. Why would they ever be liberals? Like, liberals
Because
would take more of their taxes and disperse it to poor people. If they really believe that much in liberalism, why wouldn't they volunteer to give up their salaries to spread out among the poor?
Yeah, Robert, you got $90 million from Iron Man, or from the
The
event.
only actor I've heard that does that is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a solid fucking dude.
Did you see that video of him where some old lady got on the subway in New York and he got up and gave her a seat?
Yeah. I mean, I've read his whole story. I'm surprised he has not just taken his own life. Honestly, as bad as things have been for him, he's still alive. He's still doing his thing. I think it was on The Matrix or something like that, where he had given a big chunk of his salary to the crew because the production company wasn't paying them properly. And he's like, I don't need this much money. Give it to them.
That's after his fucking girlfriend died while he was filming it too.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. God. His his best friend died at 23. His baby was stillborn 8 months into pregnancy. His
Jesus.
wife died of a car accident 18 months after that. I'm honestly surprised the dude is still alive.
Well, now
really.
it makes sense why John Wick did. He was so good in John Wick. It's just basically his life.
Yeah, and I mean, like John Wick was sleeper hit, and I need to get that on Blu-ray because that's a good fucking movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and part 2 looks interesting. I'm hopeful, but I'm cautious.
Did you say he gave up his seat to a woman that got on?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how the civil rights movement would have played out if he was on Rosa Parks' bus? That's completely different.
Oh my God, Rosie O'Donnell's now not as fat.
Is she still ugly?
It's Rosie O'Donnell, dude. Come on.
She hasn't,
Thank you, gorgeous.
she hasn't been fat in a couple of years.
Well, she lost 64 pounds in 2 years.
I was gonna say, I think she lost all the weight after Trump called her a fat pig.
Hey, she should thank him.
Right.
It made me feel insecure, so I lost weight. Now my heart is healthy again. Thank you. I will live a longer life.
Damn it, Donald. She could have died. Why did you say that?
Hey, wasn't Madonna offering blowjobs to anyone who voted for Hillary Clinton?
She was.
There were 2 adult film stars who were offering blowjobs to people who voted for Trump.
Damn it.
I wonder what Riley Reid would offer for.
She's my favorite.
She's in that Hustler I was reading.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to send that to me.
She was getting her asshole licked.
Good.
Oh, look at Madonna. She posted some stupid video. Oh, it's a music video. Madonna sucks. Her daughter.
Well, no. Apparently, she did some sort of like weird concert in the middle of the election night, and she said something about being a minority or something like that. I was like, you are a rich white lady. You're a rich white lady in America. First of all, you're a white woman in America. It's fucking easy to be that. It's tougher to be a black guy in America than it is to be a white woman.
This is what she posted during that little concert bullshit. Do not lose hope. We will rise up. We will shatter that glass ceiling. Do not give in to fear. Heart the revolution. Instagram. Blah blah blah. Well, Madonna, you wow, Dustin, that is a beautiful image, by the way.
That is a wonderful image.
There she blows. Wow, look at that blowhole on that asshole.
God damn it.
Oh my God, I'm becoming the thing I hate the most.
No, see, I don't respect these rich celebrities trying to pretend like they care about us regular people. Like they're in the struggle with us, the struggle against oppression and all this shit. They're not. They're part of it. They're part of that machine that keeps the rich rich and the poor poor. So they all come across as super disingenuous when they say shit like this. The struggle is real. We're going to break the glass ceiling. Madonna makes more, probably in a week, than all 5 or 6 of us do combined in our lifetime. Who the fuck is she talking to about a glass ceiling?
I refuse to believe that I'll make that little in my lifetime. I'm reading some more celebrity responses. Lindsay Lohan says, retweet if you want to recount. You are coked out of your mind. Fuck you.
She is. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. No.
I wouldn't piss on fire to put you out. You suck ass, Lindsay Lohan.
What are we recounting? He won the Electoral College by a kind of a landslide.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, he'll have about 310. You only need 7.
Like, seriously, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, sorry. I wish all these celebrities would just off themselves or do something drastic. It's like, we didn't get what we wanted. Well, you know what? I didn't get what I wanted either. Like, shit doesn't always go your way.
Yeah, we want a fucking porn star
thing.
with big tits who's gonna fuck everybody that walks into the White House on camera. We're not getting that.
Well, here's the thing to people who are listening. Like, if you did not, if this is not your president, you didn't vote for him or whatever, how about you get involved in politics and local politics and start at the ground level and work your way the fuck up. If you think it's that important, actually get fucking involved. Don't bitch once every 4 fucking years when things don't go your way.
Oh,
I saw one. There was a big one. Dion, you've probably heard about this. Colin Kaepernick. He had all the fucking shit about Black Lives Matter, and he was kneeling during the national anthem. He didn't even fucking vote.
Yeah, well, his team sucks, so he's like, well, I better fucking focus on doing my job.
But I mean, that's the kind of shit. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna talk shit, and you're gonna do all this stuff. You're gonna do these demonstrations on national television. You're gonna kneel during the national anthem. You're gonna talk shit, and then you're not even gonna do anything about it when it comes time to be important. You're not gonna vote. Don't talk shit about it if you're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, I agree. You guys want to hear the final celebrity tweet I'm going to read?
By the way, Madonna's worth $560 million.
She was worth more, but her husband took half.
Yeah, just FYI.
Thank you, Guy Ritchie.
That's a lot of blowjobs.
I I guess I'd bang Madonna, even though she's old as shit.
I
might get her
Too
too
janky.
What?
Her teeth are too fucked up.
Oh, I didn't say I was gonna stick it in her mouth. I'll put it in her butthole and imagine it's Heather Graham.
I'll just make her wear a Donald Trump mask and then have sex with her.
You're fired.
Wow.
All right, so this final tweet comes from Rob Schneider.
What?
Because he's relevant, and I thought I'd give him the fun. Rob Schneider has never closed out anything important, so let him close out world-class bullshitters. Rob Schneider says, "May God's infinite grace bestow on our new president the wisdom and kindness to move us beyond the vitriol and ugliness that divides us. Don't worry, Bruce Springsteen, this wasn't a rejection of you. Well, maybe Beyonce. There you go, Rob Schneider. You meant something to us."
That guy doesn't count. He can't even read.
Hip hop anonymous.
Oh,
I love Big Daddy. God damn. So this was a great episode of World Class Bullshitters. Had a lot of fucking fun.
Is this episode 50?
No, because I was able to get the poster together and like all the shit.
Cocksuckers! I took work off for this.
And I'm so glad you're here. Did you? What do you guys think? You guys like the poster, right?
I love it.
love
I fucking love it, man.
All right, I'm gonna work on a few things to give everyone their own little image. Don't tell. I mean, if you're on the Facebook page, you already saw the poster. If you're not on the Facebook page, well, I'm not gonna
Get on the Facebook page so you can see it. You can get a sneak peek before everyone else.
Yeah.
I still love how Dustin has coke on his nose.
Yeah, Dustin's my favorite one. The thing is, I had him and I was like, his eye looks janky. What can I do? Oh, I'll put coke on his nose. It'll make him look like he's stoned out of his fucking mind. Plus, you're the only friend of mine that would do cocaine and then record an episode of World Class Bullshitters. So,
No, one of these times when you guys were doing drunk commentary.
We're doing one on Batman '89 tomorrow. Technically tonight when this episode loads, because it's 10:53 p.m. By the time I edit it and put it together, it'll be midnight. So tonight, Dion and Nick and I are getting together for a Batman '89 drunk commentary, and we're probably gonna throw Batman Forever on there too. So get together because Dion, this is a late birthday celebration of you. We're gonna drink beer and talk about a great movie and an okay movie.
I think I'm gonna switch to beer as well because I think liquor's not a good idea for me anymore.
No, we need white girl with Nick. She is one sassy bitch.
Woo!
Yeah, and this is a suggestion from, I think it was the Caped Crusader. He's like, can we see a Batman '89 video? And I thought, well, I couldn't do a Batman '89 video properly without Dion, so I'm glad you're free tomorrow night, Dion, because we are going to have the best commentary we've ever had.
Amen.
All right, so I'm looking at the emails. Nothing too great, but we did get a message from Goop.com today. It says, leaves of grass. So, Gwyneth, what does your crazy, kinky, hairy ass got to say? Don't care. There's pictures of noodles. So, cool. Let's see. What else we got?
She's now using straw as tampons.
She got, okay, at the bottom of this email, she has what we're wearing. There is a Susie Snowflake embroidered twill blouse for $805.
Dustin, that screams you.
A pair of wide leg trousers. Look at, they're a pair of fucking blue jeans. They're $1,390.
Those are not for me.
Some fucking Rhea Jewel slingback flats, $695. A Hannah drawstring bucket, which is just a fucking purse, for $925. And here's the shit kicker: a straight coat. It's $5,250. All right. Oh, and then she has $24 deodorant. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
I wear Old
Jesus.
Spice. That shit is $4 at Kroger. $3.50.
No, dude. You need to get Brute where it's like 2 for $2.
It's $1 and a quarter on Black Friday, Joe.
I higher standards. Like, I have cologne. My cologne's nice, but fucking my deodorant's whatever. We'll give you a World Class Bullshitters cologne recommendation. Buy Jimmy Choo Man. You'll smell good. Or you can have the experience like I did. I was in a shitty bar and I had this Polo Red on, and so the woman comes up to me and she's like, "You smell great." And I said, "Thank you." And she's like, "I'm married, but I had to tell you that." And I went, "Thank you." And that was the end of my night.
It is funny when people do that shit because it happens to me a lot. Where, you smell good. Thanks.
I get that all the time. Well, you smell good, okay? So?
Yeah,
You should say, "So does my dick," and then
You
whip it
want
out.
to suck my nuts? I mean,
That's when you. You know what? I'm gonna change. I'm gonna give another shout out this week to the listener of the week, Chris Littleton. That dude is a hardcore fan of the show. And I'm not going to read our Twitter because our Twitter is kind of dead. It mostly is just us. Our notifications are mostly people saying, "Hey, I like your show. Thanks for following us." We have 4 new Twitter followers, so that's cool. And our channel's growing. And Brian Lape is doing everything he can to help World Class Bullshitters grow, along with Augs for President. And he's coined the hashtag WCBs, hashtag I'm with them. It's a little close to Hillary Clinton's, but I still like it. Do the fans have anything to say about World Class Bullshitters on Facebook?
Oh, I would like to address the Walking Dead video that we've made. I mean, I know people have gotten kind of mad about it, and I know you don't like what we've said. We've hit a nerve there. I'm just really sorry. I'm just sorry that you motherfuckers watch a shitty show, and that you really really love it because you're dumb pieces of shit.
Oh!
God damn.
Hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to buffer that and be like, hey, bring it down. No, you know what? I get all these stupid I love the notifications because I like interactions on our videos. But that Walking Dead video, which has 2,200 views, is really bringing out the shittiest fucking people. Like,
no, because there was some guys like, you guys have an opinion about a show, but how dare you target the fan base? Like, I actually went to Walker Stalker 2 weekends ago because I was like, it's a convention, there might be some cool shit to buy. There wasn't. You want to know what everybody was in line for? To get fucking autographs. The majority, the entire space was taken up with every person who had ever been on that show ever, so you could get in line and meet them for 5 seconds, take a picture with them, and have them sign a piece of like their picture for like $50. That's it. Like, the vendor area was nothing. It was, and they even had like the artist area, which is also nothing, and it was all just shit. I didn't want any of it. It was just I mean, there were people taking pictures with like lookalikes of actors of the show in like in certain settings and like shit like that. I was like, what are you doing? What the fuck is this? It was a circus. It was too expensive, and it was dumb. They even had metal detectors at the beginning of the convention. As soon as you enter, you go through a metal detector. And they must not work because I have a metal bar in my leg and I didn't even pick that up.
Well, you're Samoan, you have thick skin. Apparently
I do. But it's just like, I guess it's the illusion of safety, like the TSA. I don't know what's going on. But it was, oh, God. And everybody was in line. Like, there was a giant-ass line from, as soon as you entered to some fucking place. I guess everybody wanted to go hear Norman Reedus talk about how awesome he is at killing fake zombies in a fake TV show.
All the people that are commenting hate on the Walking Dead video are probably Hillary supporters.
And my favorite comment is, "You two white nerds." Like, I stopped reading. I was like, neither of us are white, you dumb asshole. Like, sorry.
The funny thing is that the picture is of a black guy. It's like, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Obviously, you didn't like listen. You're one of those people who don't research shit beyond like a fucking headline. Like, that's your fucking problem. Like, if you at least listened to the beginning of the show, which is, it's about 5 minutes. Like, 5 minutes out of your day, I know it's a lot for you to, fucking do. But just do that and you'd realize we're not.
Yeah. Or, go click on our channel trailer and there's pictures of every one of us. I'm so tired of being, oh, you angry white motherfuckers, white rage. What white rage? What white person? Like, the white people are the minority on World Class Bullshitters. Tough shit, We're not trying to be diverse for diversity's sake. The best
we just are.
Just happen to be, two of the white. Let's put it like this: the most interesting friends I have happen to be not all white. So you wouldn't want to hang out with half the other people I know because they would not make a good podcast. Douche Canoe would go, ha ha, remember that time you farted in somebody's face? Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Dumb shit like that.
You got black. You got half black. You got Samoan/Indian, you've got
diabetic, you've got
diabetic, you've got wife beater, you've got Asian. I mean, it's a big mix here at World Class Bullshitters.
Like the goddamn UN.
There you go.
Goddamn UN.
All right. Well, I think it's time to put this baby to bed. Phil.
Yes.
Would you like to say your piece now or after I'm going to give the outros and then, Phil, you get to close it out. So, I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
I'm the man with the plan, the original tan, Dion Green.
I've been your friendly neighborhood Samoan saying good night.
Jeff, I got a really quick question.
Yeah.
How many pedophiles does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. Dustin, enlighten me.
8. But who would name their kid in a light bulb? Hi-oh!
Jesus.
Fuck, that's cold.
I am the doctor. Phil Sites. Don't forget to brush your ass.
Are you gonna
Say
say?
like that.
Where's your joke?
Oh,
Phil?
I thought Dustin was gonna say his name, but okay. Jeff, what do you call a 5-year-old child with no friends?
What?
A Sandy Hook survivor.
I'm very proud of everyone tonight. We have all become worse people, including you, Dion, who was quiet most of the show.
Trump 2016.
All right, that's this week's show. I hope it wasn't too offensive for you. If you were triggered, we did our job, and I'm expecting to see that subscriber count rise to 2,000 because Dan is going to eat one of those fucking Ghost Reaper tortilla chips.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Oh God, please! Is he really going to?
was his idea. He messaged me out of the blue and said, I'm going to do this for the show. And he wants to have me film him in 4K and do it. So if you want to see what Dan looks like crying his eyes out, do it. And if this video gets to 1,000 views in a week, I will eat one with him. Put it like this. For every 1,000 views this video gets, I'll eat one on camera. So if you want to watch me torture myself, I'll do it for views because I can tolerate hot foods. It ain't a problem for me.
I'm gonna be busy on YouTube.
Well, you're going to be filming me eating this shit the whole time, so.
If it gets 2,000, I'll poop on my wife.
Oh,
Click subscribe now!
quick, hurry! Call all your friends. Tell your grandma.
My grandma will watch this video just for Dustin to shit on his wife. I will drive up to watch.
You should, because I've been asking her to let me do that for years, and I think now's finally the time.
Oh my god! You know what? I'll bring Nick, and he'll bring his camera equipment, and we'll make a weird Dustin and Charity art film.
There you go.
I can do that.
Smart
That's no
trigger
problem. That's no problem. I'll have it edited. I'll have it done in a day. Be fine.
Can we make it black and white, like one of those noir films? You know?
Oh fuck yeah, we
Yes, but
can.
the
I
shit
can
has
even.
to maintain its original color, kind of like the red balloon.
Deal.
I can do that entirely. That's nothing for me.
Right, but it's everything for Dustin.
That's true.
All right, come back next week for a whole new world-class bullshitters. New look, same guys, and maybe you'll get a life lesson from Coach Loudy. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Peace.
You're all cunts.
Okay.